want the ball? Do you want guys around you? Do you want cutters? Where do you want your outlets? So they then are free to go to work and know that if there's double teams or wherever, where their teammates are.
Another thing you got a chance to tell my former coach, Bill Cartwright, is get the ball to number 23.
Exactly. That's a really good screen. That's a really good screen.
And it worked okay, I'd say. And I don't think, at the beginning of the season, it was, gosh, is he going to be able to adjust in the Spurs mentality and the philosophy and maybe not as many touches, and you have the right personality. And when you're with that organization, you know good things are likely going to happen. An update for you in case you're just out for about 12 minutes now. It's been out. Players are on the court warming up because the game has been stopped as well. So you're not missing anything. Actually, you're getting a gift here with the three of us. Extra TV time here on Sunday. We'll let you know, but Mike Tirico, Hubie Brown, and Heather Cox are still standing by as they wait to fix the situation in Memphis. Game 4, Spurs with a chance to sweep. As for the Memphis Grizzlies, and let's talk about the job that Dave Yeager has done, Doug, with tons of injuries, significant injuries this season. A big trade that messed with the chemistry on this team during the middle of the season as well. Put into perspective, yes, we expect them to get swept. This is over. They're outmatched. But the job that he's done.
You got my mind, huh?
I'm trying.
Well, I was down there in training camp, and everybody talked about, Memphis was getting older. I mean, Marc Gasol, Zach Randolph. You had Michael Conley, the younger guy of the group or whatever. They had traded for Jeff Green, and they had their group together, and they thought they maybe have one more run. The one thing they had never gotten with that group is shooting. And so I think they thought maybe we can have one more run with that team. And then little by little, the guys started going down. And then when they saw that, then they traded Jeff Green, and understanding that we've got to start moving forward. But for what they have done to be able to win and get in the playoffs, I think is pretty amazing. You don't have to think about the injuries the Pelicans went through this year. The team I look at is a team like Sacramento. I mean, you'd have to think Sacramento would be kicking themselves thinking, look at this Memphis team and look at what we have. And we weren't able to pull ourselves together and get ourselves in the playoff. And the team I really feel bad for is the Utah Jazz, because they had injuries. They had Dante Exum all season long. You had the injury to the Burke, broke his ankle. Gobert was out for a long period of time. Derek Favors, and they missed the playoffs by one game. So as I look in the West, my hat's off to Memphis, what they have been able to do. That's a proud franchise. And it's going to be interesting moving forward now what they're going to, because Michael Conley's a free agent. And as he looks at that team, Jalen, what is there to build around now other than him, and hopefully Marc Gasol comes back healthy?
With a ground and pound style, it actually became a thing of the past overnight for Memphis. It seemed like their championship opportunity window just closed really fast. And the three-point shot was always the key. You wanted to post up Zebo. You wanted to post up Gasol and then kick it out for three, but they never got that knockdown shooter over the last handful of years.
Good news. I think we're back in Memphis. Again, a power surge shutting down play for the past 15 minutes. We're being cut off, Jalen. It's not about us. I hope you're there.
Jalen want more airtime? Man, that's the second time in 8 days of the playoffs that you've had to hustle down from the green room to the set. Thank you guys for filling in. Apparently a power outage in the area. We'll hear from Heather here in a moment. 18 minutes will be the delay. Players have been warming up the last few. Why don't we go to Heather first? She's got more information on the other side of the court. Heather?
All right, Mike, I was able to talk to Eric Granger, who is the VP of Arena Operations here. At this point, they still don't know the source of the brownout or the power outage, but it is a surge that took place arena-wide as well as throughout downtown Memphis. They are trying to figure out the source of the issue to ensure that it doesn't happen again. As we talked about, once the lights go off, there's a cool-down period before they can refire. That is why there was a 10 to 15-minute delay. Both teams stayed on the court, stayed warm, and we are back in action, Mike.
All right, Heather, thank you. So this was more than just the arena, although I was told by someone here at Ole Miss Memphis basketball game in December had a similar downtown power issue and delayed their game. In any case, we're back at it. As Anderson drives and misses, it was, as you see, 25-23, Hubie, when we stopped and sat through that 18-minute power delay.
Yeah, unfortunate for both teams. Coaches always worry about a pulled hamstring or a pulled groin, but the teams had an opportunity to work out here in the last 5 minutes and get warm again.
Nice. And Stevenson goes left hand, attacks and scores, and the game is tied at 25. And Stevenson's having a good start to this game.
Yes, he is. Once again, he's made quick 3 baskets. He made quick 4 on Friday night in that second quarter. The big thing when you're coaching, you're Memphis, this is your tempo. So you don't want anything to change. You're playing good basketball right now. You're playing them even.
West was camped out inside. Duncan finds him from the top. And the Spurs back on top by 2.
Right now, you just can't fall asleep now if you're Memphis. Stay away from too many threes because you've been able to get into the paint and to the rim.
Lance Stevenson piling on the moves here. Knocks down another shot and will hit a timeout. So Stevenson has hit his last 4, and we are all even at 27 with 8:41 left in the first half in Memphis.
Today, I'm going to fight hunger. Today, I don't want to be hungry. We just have to buy food. My family gets the food we need. I'm so glad we could help. I'm so glad someone helped.
Hunger lives closer than you think. Purchase participating items at Walmart, and you can help secure a meal for someone in need through Feeding America member food bags.
Hey, searching for a great used car?
Yeah.
You got it. Just say, show me millions of used cars for sale at the all-new Carfax.com.
I don't want one that's had a big wreck.
Just say, show me cars with no accidents reported. Pretty cool.
I like it.
That's the power of Carfax. Find the cars you want, avoid the ones you don't. Plus, you get a free Carfax report with every listing. Start your used car search at Carfax.com.
The days of cord hassles are numbered. Dyson's cord-free format transforms cleaning on carpets and hard floors. With a light, powerful digital motor, it adapts easily to clean here, pretty much anywhere, without the hassle of a cord.
Sage Steele with today's Never Stop, Never Settle performance brought to you by Hennessy. Last night in Dallas, it was the two-man game of Russell Westbrook and Enes Kanter that powered Oklahoma City to the win. Westbrook 15 assists, Kanter a game-high 28. Thunder up 3-1 in this very chippy series, Mike.
Thunder would face the winner of this series, likely the Spurs, if both teams can continue on. Right now we're tied here at 27. 8:41 left till halftime, Sage. Of course, the lights went out. An 18-minute delay. Here's what it looked like just a few minutes ago as the Spurs were getting ready to inbound and bring it up the court. And what Heather has told us from the officials, a county-wide drop in voltage caused the power surge that took out the lights here and in a good part of the downtown area here in Memphis. So it sounds like a system overload. It's not like it's 90 degrees and there are a whole bunch of air conditions working. It's been a very pleasant 3 days since we've been here. So in any case, back to action, and I'll leave it at 27. Hubie, as we watch this, credit Memphis. They are shooting a good percentage, and I guess the equation you laid out is what they've accomplished so far.
Well, the big thing is they have a lot of confidence. This group, how they're playing, they only have 9 guys eligible. They did a masterful job Friday night staying. They were up by 1 at the end of 3, and with 6 minutes on the clock, the game could have gone either way. So you can see that's why Popovich has used 2 timeouts already. He's really upset with how they're defending.
Away from the ball, it's a hold. It'll be on Memphis. They're going to get Tony Allen for his second foul. We talked to Greg Popovich about this before Game 3, and he made it very clear. He's not one of those, let's remind you guys what's at stake here. Don't go into this game with just a guarantee we're going to close these guys out because they're depleted and one of those things. He says let each game play out. So often from his experience, when you forecast what the emotions of a game are going to be, you end up messing up the guys. So he just lets it play out and then addresses it. Late shot clock, Leonard had to get rid of it quick and hit the 3.
I mean, is he amazing? And he's still on fire from Friday night. Where, he's 11 for 22. He had 32 points and doing all the right things at the right time.
So Spurs back on top. They've taken 12 threes out of their 30 attempts. Allen driving inside, and Leonard is there for the block.
So you can't pass up an open shot. You had a 10-foot shot, and you drive right into the 2 shot blockers. Can't do that.
Spurs have brought in Jonathan Simmons at that last timeout. Duncan gets doubled in the hands of Simmons. Parker keeps it in play with the clock at 5.
Well, the Memphis do an excellent job, Mike. off the ball rotations from side to side, passing in the post, kicking it out. Memphis is rotated and really doing fine. Can they keep it up for 48 minutes? Now keep an eye on Leonard. Now to pass into the corner, the ball is just out of his hands. Now he follows that up at the other end. He comes in to help Duncan with the block from the corner. Now remember, we've said it a number of times, Friday night, not only did he have the 32 points, but he had 5 blocks and 4 steals. Now he is their anchor. Duncan, we know, can block out, block shots, so can Aldridge, but the big thing is your wing people, who can make the key moves for you once there is penetration in the paint.
The last foul was on Vince Carter. Spurs score 5 in a row to take the lead. San Antonio trying to sweep Memphis for the 3rd time in franchise history. It was a 1-8 battle that the Grizzlies beat the Spurs, one of the best Grizzlies playoff moments. Carter hits the 3 from the outside. So Vince Carter, who is 6th in NBA history in made three-pointers, he says he's coming back for another year. Good strip by Munford, and out of bounds off of Parker. Nice job by the rookie Xavier Munford.
Now, Mike, up until now, Parker has not been able to get to the rim in a quarter and a half of different types of minutes, but also he's had the opportunities, but he cannot get in there for the layups.
We're going to get Simmons, and the San Antonio bench unhappy with David Guthrie on that one.
Now, Pop's going to get a tee right now, and he has to. You have to protect your player. And that's what Pop did. He thought his defense right in front of their bench. His defensive man was there, and you could see the forearm go out, and then you watch the contact. Now, as you come, there it is right there. See the lead arm. The forearm made the contact, knocked the defender back.
He gave him the basket on the continuation. Stevens missing the free throw. We are tied at 32.
Now, Stevenson said, will you please keep quiet? That's one of my favorite moves.
Right. Well, he's got 12 points last Stevenson on 6 of 7.
See, once again, they're fronting the post-up players, and they're doing a very good job, meaning Memphis. They're discouraging the first pass in, so that is stopping the momentum of their continuity.
Parker now has 9. That was his 3rd field goal. Stevenson feeling it. Finds the Birdman, Chris Anderson. Couldn't convert. I believe Aldridge hit him along the way. LaMarcus will pick up this foul.
Well, the Birdman has really done a nice job here for this team. You know, you expected him to come here and be a backup for Gasol, and then all of a sudden now he started in the first number of games here in this series, but he is a great shot blocker, an excellent rebounder, and a good man on the rotations. Foul line low for your defense.
Well, this series, if Memphis wins, will continue on Tuesday night. TNT will have that game in San Antonio. Game 6, if necessary, will be back here on Thursday. Game 7 would be Saturday. Game 1 won by 32 by the Spurs. Game 2 by 26. It was 94-68, a franchise low in points scored by the Grizzlies.
Nice coverage by Memphis. Difficult pass. The angle is bad.
Now this is going to go the other way, as Leonard was called for the foul.
Now you're coaching right now. You're excited. You're coaching Memphis. Everything is going your way. Your guys are doing a terrific job because the San Antonio offense is one of the most difficult offenses to play defense against once they cross half court, because there is so much movement. Down screens, staggered screens, pick and roll.
Stevenson off on that shot. Aldridge on the rebound for the Spurs. 67-15. Great regular season. Franchise record. Again, Parker cannot get to the rim for a layup. That's going to be a story to watch as we go through the playoffs. Can he get to the basket and do what he used to do?
Carter fronting Duncan has been really interesting to watch. And then also to help people coming in and getting to the dribblers.
Allen can't finish over Leonard. Anderson on the rebound.
Oh, nice. I thought the Birdman would go right back up.
Allen to Anderson. Carter can't save. 5:15 to go till the half. The Grizzlies veterans going down with a fight.
The brothers-in-law just got to tap.
You say that again, shoot you in the face.
we got company. Fusion! Are you signaling? There's a force of habit!
Ride along too with the lead it seems when you buy this Tuesday.
Innovative Sonicare technology with up to 27% more brush movements versus Oral-B. Get healthier gums in 2 weeks guaranteed. Innovation in you. Philips Sonicare. Save when you buy the most loved rechargeable toothbrush brand in America.
That introductory TV offer you signed up for is never a great deal.
Receiver fee? What's a receiver fee? Here we go. Seriously? Hey, honey, guess what? I got fees in here.
Before you know it, your bill could be out of control. Get the Dish 2-year TV price guarantee for $49.99. Same price every month for 2 years. Add the new Hopper 3 Smart DVR for $10 a month more. Call 1-800-CALL-DISH or visit dish.com.
With T-Mobile, you pay $95 a month for a smaller network, and monthly taxes and fees are always extra. With Cricket, you get an unlimited plan on a bigger network for $65 a month after $5 auto-pay credit. And monthly taxes and fees are always included. Looks like T-Mobile's not all it's cracked up to be. And now for a limited time, switch to Cricket and get a $50 bill credit. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
After 51 days of the pursuit of 4 bandits who chose a Prius as their getaway car, a new development. Prius owners from all over America have descended on the chase to play what appears to be an automotive shell game with authorities.
It's total confusion down here. The Prius 4 have literally vanished. They're just gone.
I don't think anyone could have predicted this.
Toyota, let's go places.
5-star reviews.
I'm always asked, why do you have the Chicago Bulls Argyle sock monkey? They always say, why don't you have one? 5 stars. 5 stars. Meditation is about thinking of nothing. 5 stars. I rocked a 0 on my chest just like the best. 5 stars.
For all the basics and so much more, NBAstore.com.
We're back, and that score is different from when we went to break. We showed you the 3 by Kawhi Leonard when it happened. And as you look, the ball was in his hand as that yellow light goes on above the backboard that shows the shot clock violation. So by 10th of a second, the replay center had that queued up for the officials to look at the timeout. 3 comes off the board for Pop's team, and the Grizzlies equal their largest lead of the series at 34-31. They have led for very few moments in this series.
Now, once again, tempo is a key for Memphis. You just keep playing this tempo, get out on the break every opportunity that you can, and then also off the dribble. Dribble strong to the hole. Stevenson is coming here giving you a quick 12 points.
Otto Ginobili coming into the timeout. Kawhi Leonard from the top gets that 3 right back. Never mind what we said. It's 34-34 still.
And that was quick. I mean, he came off of there looking for the 3. This is a guy who improved not only his three-point shooting drastically, where he's up in the top 3 in the league, but also 8 points on the foul. How about that, Joe?
A great take. Stevenson good in the eye as he was going for the rebound. And the foul will be called on Allen. We'll get 2 free throws the other way. You talked about the game the other night, Hubie. 32 points, 5 blocks, 4 steals. You're the only players to do that in the playoffs. Obviously, you have to go to the era once charting of individual blocks and steals became official.
That's right.
But it incorporates 4 decades. It includes some of the best ever. Kareem, Hakeem, KG. Kawhi.
Not bad. Not bad. Also, the size difference between the other 3 and this guy.
Right.
But the arm length and the big hands that he has, he's as quick as a cat.
Back-to-back defensive player of the year, and what you talked about, the improvement offensively.
You love the improvement with the field goal shooting. You like the improvement of the 3. How about that? 9 percentage points. And then on the foul line, he was hovering the majority of the year around 88, 89%, and then ended up a little bit lower. But you just have to say, that put in hours and hours over the summer. The hard work needed to get it done.
Carter on the drive, bumped by Aldridge. Vince wanted the call. LaMarcus has the rebound. Spurs back the other way. They put up 5 quick points here.
Okay, right away now. See, we're down inside. That's okay. Carter eliminated the first pass by fronting Dion.
Dion getting physical with him. Shot comes up short. Carter hanging in there.
Yeah, I want to give him a lot of credit. Nothing's happening offensively, but defensively, he's been a very good backbone for this group from Memphis.
A bit scattered offensively when Stevenson's leading the charge.
It's all right. He got off a good shot.
A lot of people in discomfort here. It'll be a foul on Carter, and we'll go back the other way. We were talking about Kawhi Leonard. Heather, you're going to add about Kawhi.
Yeah, Hubie mentioned the size of his hands. You know, many basketball experts will say that's one of the reasons he is as talented as he is. You know, his mom even said the day he was born, I looked down and saw his hands, and they were completely disproportionate to the rest of his physique. Now, an average male's hand from the palm to the tip of the middle finger is 7 3/8 inches. Guys, Kawhi's 2 inches longer. They're 9 3/8 inches long. His glove size is a 5 XXX. In high school, he played receiver. They couldn't even find receiving gloves for him to wear. It's pretty impressive.
And it's one of the reasons we showed the play in Countdown before, as Leonard went in there. And a good player, Tony Allen, had 2 hands on the ball. Right. Leonard with 1 hand took it away. Greg Popovich there reminded him of Shuritis Marshalonis, terrific player back in the day. When there's a loose ball, Kawhi just goes and just gets it, just kind of takes it in, and the strength of those hands and the size, as Heather was pointing out, a big part of it.
Well, Marcelonis, one of the great players coming out of Lithuania, played with Sabonis on those fabulous teams, and then was also the anchor for the outstanding Soviet Union teams before the country was divided. And then when he came here in the United States, was outstanding. Played at Golden State, just a terrific player.
Stevenson, after missing a couple of shots, 3 in a row, knocks that one down.
Well, I'm glad they didn't take him out because he has 9 shots, all right, since he's come in, and he is on fire. He's the only guy out there that's able to complete a score.
Yeah, well, that's part of the problem. There are no guys from Memphis who can really go get their own shot, with the exception of Stevenson.
That's right. Now, they got Farmer in here now, another guy who can penetrate. But he needed another dribble. 1 or 2 more dribbles he had. He would have been in that 14, 15-foot range.
Parker, Ginobili, Leonard, and 1. And how about that? The catch and the ability of that big hand to get up. And the finish by Kawhi.
This is just a tough catch. Just watch the catch now. And then when he gets hit right there, he gets pulled, still could play the rim.
For the past 27 days, 4 men have outlasted authorities by making their getaway in a Prius.
This game ends now.
To catch a Prius,
you gotta be a Prius.
Guys, what's that? Oh,
Toyota, let's go places. We're tourists.
We already feel like locals.
Well, we've seen the best thing in the city, the chili cheese dog at Burger King. How you doing?
Forget about it.
Introducing flame grilled chili cheese grilled dogs from Burger King, topped with hearty chili and cheddar cheese. Get them now, only at Burger King. Drip, drip, drop.
Drop it down, drop it down.
Baby, dang down the head, trailblazing down everywhere. I don't want to boast, but I'm dropping down coast to coast, dropping down everywhere. Like I just don't care. I'm dropping dimes on the bike, on the stand. I'm even dropping dimes on my teddy bear.
I probably shouldn't have brought up how much money you can save with State Farm by combining home and auto insurance around the kids.
Look at how the dimes from.
Combine home and auto. Save money. Drop dimes.
Heineken is served in 192 countries. It's world famous. Like me. Excuse me. Enjoyed in 192 countries. There's more behind the star.
Verizon is the #1 network in America. I know you're thinking they all claim stuff like that. Yeah, but some of them stretch the truth a little bit. Like this. Faster, more reliable, and better coverage than ever. And it shows the coverage there. Oh, hold on. Oh, map is not a depiction of coverage. What's the point? I'm speechless.
Only Verizon has the largest 4G LTE network in America. And now if you buy a Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, you get one free.
Basketball has taught me a lot. On and off the court. Doing things the right way and working hard and giving shit your all.
In
discipline, the hard work. Not only does it apply to basketball, but also apply for the rest of your life. Join the team. Register now at juniornba.com.
And back in Memphis where the Spurs lead by 3 here. Today's Sounds of the Game brought to you by Pandora.
Let's get that down. We got to get that out. 4 turnovers. Let's take care of the ball. We're on the road. I'm not looking for jump shots. Play it the right way. Let's go.
See, that's similar to the messaging we heard from Greg Popovich when he was wired for Game 3 here Friday night. Similar kind of game plan.
Well, when you think about it, at the end of the half on Friday night, it was 1 point in favor of San Antonio. At the end of 3 quarters, Memphis was up 1 point, 71-70. So he does not want that type of a game. He wants us to get out, get double-figure advantage, but most of all, he wants to see more movement. But let's give Memphis a ton of credit. Their defense, fronting the post people, has upset the continuity of the pass into the post and then the screening, and also the cutting and the open threes.
After that slow start he did with Kawhi Leonard scored just 2 points in the first 19 minutes. He has 8 of the last 9 for the Spurs. Zach Randolph missed it. Ginobili the rebound. Ginobili, Patty Mills, DL, Aldridge, and Kawhi to close. Got Anderson in the air and earned the 3 free throws.
Now that one, the people are upset. They think that on that play, Anderson was down and that Leonard reaches into him. Now keep an eye right there. Well, you can see he's underneath him. As he goes, he turns his body. See right there, he goes underneath him on the shot. So anybody is going to argue that. Naturally, if you are coaching Anderson, you don't want the call. But Popovich and the San Antonio people, and you're not going to win that one because you can't go underneath the guy on his way up.
Went to the replay center to quickly check if it was 2 or 3 free throws. And I believe it's 2. James Capers made a quick signal. Let's see it. And Leonard continuing this offensive run here. Greg Popovich telling the 3 of us before the game, we're talking about Kawhi Leonard, who drew that foul on the Birdman, that he's at 70% of what he can be offensively. That there's more to go and grow to this game. You detailed so well, Huey, the improvement in shooting percentages and all of those things. He said he really marvels at what Leonard has become as he's become the main option and what he continues to do.
What you like about it is he's accepted the role. He's a very, very quiet young man.
And it's a 3 for Barnes, and away from that action, Ginobili's going to be called.
Opposite ball
for the foul as he was trying to fight through Randolph, so Zach shoots the free throw. Now, this was not on the shot. It was the screen.
You're going to see right here. He pushes Randolph right out of there. Now, it's an excellent call by the referee. Naturally, Pop has got to protect this guy, Ginobili, but that's okay. But he's close now, Mike. He's close because he's been up 3 hard challenges so far without a tee.
Randolph getting the arm there, entangled with Ginobili. It's a foul on Zach Randolph here.
You're going to see him. See, there's the screen. Now, once you go, of course he's going to hold him off.
Exactly.
This is playoff basketball. During the year, you just let him go. Let him go. But right now, he just stayed right with him. And you could say, well, he's not allowed to do that. But you could see he bounced off him and there was a collision. Just one little key here now for the Memphis defense. The Birdman has come in here with 7 rebounds in this short period of time.
A little more physical quarter. We've had 13, now 14 free throws attempted here. An 18-minute delay as the lights went out. The second quarter has taken a lot. But it has remained close. Spurs had as big as an 8-point lead. The Grizzlies have led by 3 briefly. It's the Spurs 3-point edge here, trying to close out this opening round playoff series and move to the West Semis. Zach Randolph going at Aldridge.
There you go. That's what he's famous for. His upper body strength is just incredible. He moved Aldridge out of there at 6'11" with ease.
And on the other end, The return favor from LaMarcus. Aldridge has 8 on 3 or 4 shooting. Randolph has 9 on 4 or 5 shooting. Bart, maybe call an offensive foul using the left arm to clear space away from Ginobili.
One thing they're trying to do is keep Memphis out of the middle of the court. You can see it right here, see? And they're calling it there. Also, you could have had a kick. But the main thing is right now they're trying to keep Memphis on one side of the floor.
Look at this. Leonard with the full array of fakes on Stevenson and just raises up to the jump.
Now look, you and I have seen this young man come into life, and he has come light years offensively from what he had. But the potential has always been there, and then the work ethic is off the charts.
12-point quarter, Hubie, for Kawhi Leonard. Barnes with a 3. It's a good like you were talking about. There you go. Ginobili fouls him.
Now, the Bergman has done an excellent job. They need the 2 foul shots here right now because you don't want them to get away. You don't want San Antonio. They're up 5 now. You don't want them to hit a 3, get up 8. The main thing is that make the foul shots, reduce it, and then hold them to 1 shot, and then come down, and you end by finishing before the half.
Okay. Anderson misses that first free throw. One more coming. Back to the studio for halftime with Sage, Jalen, and Doug. We put them back to work and talk about the Spurs and playing through the post here. That expected return of Stephen Curry in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Game 4 in Houston of the Warriors-Rockets 1-8 series. Both stayed up 2 games to 1. After James Harden gave you 35, including that game winner with the 97-96 Houston win the other night. Of course, the Warriors famous this season for so many marks, including no back-to-back losses. Trying to keep that thing going here today.
Oh, that's too bad.
Leonard got the miss when he stepped on the sideline. Grizzlies ball with 31.4 to go.
Watch out now. See, Stevenson just bumped Leonard right there. You don't need that. Come on. You're playing a great game. Everything is going well. You already did one grandstand by lying on the floor at the other end. Well,
And the confrontation there, and the confrontation back in the other area, in the locker room. Stakes, of course, blowing in the ear.
See, you don't need that. You don't need that. You're not sending any messages here, okay?
You've seen him do that 1,000 times. That's right. Remember the blowing in the ear of LeBron James. Lance always finds himself somehow, some way in the middle of this playoff hijinks. Man, there's been a lot of it, too. The Dallas game last night was full of it. Ginobili,
see, they're not going to let you jam up, Mark. They're not going to let you jam up, and they're taking control right now. And you can see that the coaching staff, and especially Pop, are not. They are upset with the call, and mainly because they're not going to let you bump and then force you to go around the defensive player. They're going to make the call. Where Friday night, you could plate that. You could physically get up in there, come up over the top of the screen, jam the guy, and then cut him off from going off the dribble.
Ginobili's the first Spur with 3 fouls. Nobody else is more than 1. Tony Allen comes in defensively to try to close this half for Memphis, only down 2.
That's perfect. You go up at halftime right now, you're very happy if you're coaching Memphis.
Mills gets it to Leonard, guarded by Vince Carter, a guy who used to be a closer against the guy who's wearing that crown right now for the Spurs. Aldridge couldn't get the putback, and we hit halftime.
Look at Barnes going for the sensational again like he pulled off Friday night.
Yeah, he's pulled off a few times this year. Well, a very good effort from the Memphis Grizzlies. Again, it is a beat-up team, a team on the verge of elimination. We find a lot of a group of guys. They want to get back on the plane. The lights went out about 50 minutes ago. Then a long quarter ensued. But Memphis in the grindhouse trying to grind one out and get back to San Antonio. Halftime with Sage, Doug, and Jalen from Los Angeles at the moment.
NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. At Burger King. Now you can get 5 delicious items for only $4. It's a bigger meal for a better deal. Only at Burger King.
We are the Coors Brewing Company. And our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. A beer proud enough to wear our name in big, red, scripted letters. That's why we lager, filter, and package cold. Because we believe every climb deserves a refreshing finish. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
My name is Hamilton Carr. I started out by building rugged clothing for those who took on the harshest conditions. From the trenches of World War I to the making of America. I sweated every seam and every stitch. Introducing Carhartt Force Extremes. Over 125 years of my family sweating the details, so you can end the day as strong as you started.
All the best stuff happens in the dark. There's dancing and music in the dark. People are younger and better looking in the dark. See? People wear their most stylish and glamorous clothes in the dark. In the dark, people gain an irrational sense of invincibility. Always less sad and making out is much more likely. So if all this good stuff happens in the dark, wouldn't you want a camera that can capture things in the dark? The new Galaxy S7 Edge with low light camera.
Thank goodness they've been to Lowe's. Lowe's plants are always grown for your area, so they're guaranteed to thrive in your garden for 1 whole year. So, instead of these plants shriveling and dying at the hands of these two, they'll get the distinct pleasure of observing this fine figure all year long. Drink it in, plants. I woke up like this.
When Josh Atkins books at Lakita.com, he gets a ready for you alert the second his room is ready. So you know what he gives?
I'll give you everything I've got and then some.
He gives 110%.
I'm confident this 10% can boost your market share. Feel me, Lois? I'm feeling
Ready for you alert only at LQ.com.
Oh, take a breath and go for You have more important things to do, so we'll meet you at the car with Applebee's Carside to Go. Download our new app now and save $5 on your first order.
Do you have any idea how much danger you're in?
Look for the enemy within. Heats up.
They're talking about someone deep inside the FBI.
Does anyone knows the cost to me? But whatever danger they faced before,
This could be a suicide mission.
will be nothing compared to Dark Horse when the traitor unleashes the greatest threat of them all. Quantico, all new tonight, 10/9 Central on ABC.
Welcome back. Did you miss us? Welcome back to our Los Angeles studios. Doug Collinsdale and Rose on Stage Deal. 47-45 Spurs right now as they try to complete the sweep of the Memphis Grizzlies. No surprise, guys, that Kawhi Leonard is leading the Spurs with 14 points. Lance Stevenson leading the way for the Memphis Grizzlies off the bench with 14 points as well. Doug, your thoughts on the first half as a whole?
I think Memphis has to be thrilled. The pace of the game is where they want it. Spurs are shooting 40%. They only have 8 assists to 8 turnovers. And so the question is going to be, Sage, can they hang around to the last 6 minutes like they did the other night? And will they have enough energy and enough offense to maybe steal this game? The other night they didn't. Spurs hit them with a 13-6 run to finish the game. It was a 2-point game. So can they hang around and maybe steal at the end, Jay?
How much would it mean to this team to do just that, to steal one game from the Spurs, all things considered, with how this team has endured?
I don't think they're too enthusiastic to take a flight back to San Antonio. I think the Spurs will find a way to close this game out. But really, for me, it's about the core four of Memphis that have been there the last handful of years. With Gasol, with Allen, Zebo, and Conley. Okay, we've seen this team as an 8th seed in 2011 beat the Spurs. George Hill was on that team. They now add Kawhi Leonard instead. 2013, they sweep Memphis. Now 2016, with these same 4 guys in a different capacity, looks like it may happen again.
In the meantime, the evolution of the Spurs, even just in the last year, they're right there for a reason every single year. What do you see specifically?
Posting the basketball. Kawhi Leonard is a versatile performer. In a league where players have become three-point happy, he still mixes up his game. Still drives, still posts, a lockdown defender, back-to-back defensive player of the year. You see him working off the jab, the step back on the left side. mid-range, lost art, not on this guy. Here you see him making a three-point shot. A vast improvement to his game. A guy that when he first got to the league wasn't a three-point shooter at all. Now, coach, there's no hesitation.
You know, I'm going to give Kawhi Leonard some love on his improved shooting. And one of the things I want to talk about is how big his hands are. When you have really big hands, it's hard to be a great shooter. And I played with Julius Erving. Julius had huge hands. And Julius had to really work at his game. Because that ball, I said like a basketball would feel like a volleyball to a guy with huge hands. And you know how hard it is to shoot a smaller ball. And so how hard he has worked to become a better shooter, that's not easy, especially with those big mitts that he has.
So he probably has the kind of mitts that a lot of power forwards and centers in today's game have, but he can shoot threes and he can shoot free throws. Let's not affect the rule.
Free throws, yeah. Leave the rule alone. But it's interesting, too, though, because Pop and company have had to encourage him. Maybe he can do it mentally. If you see that shot, take it. You don't always have to pass that ball. He hesitated before he has a ball.
You're going to defer when you play with a big three like Tim Manu.
And that's a personality in general.
Absolutely.
It's like I defer to Jalen up here. So 3 years, I'm just trying to get his respect.
We all do. We just kind of go off to the side and hope to get his Kidding. The team up here. Speaking of teams,
sit next to greatness.
This is a team that looks like Steph Curry will be playing for the Warriors.
Playing with Julius, Coach MJ, Grant Hicks, getting all these checks from these guys.
I love it. I'm always a big fan of that second win. So once it hits and you can push through it, hopefully all the work I put in over the summer and throughout the course of the regular season will come back. That'll be interesting. I don't have missed this much time in a while, so it's all kind of new again. But feeling good and had good win in practice, so hopefully that'll translate to being able to be strong throughout the game.
Once everyone's first, is now everyone's next. Introducing the new 2016 Civic from Honda.
The same without the game of football, like Jimmy B, who writes, as a 42-year-old who dominates video game football, what are the odds I could be drafted in the NFL? Look, Jimmy, I think we're looking at a 0.0% chance.
Why am I a fan of Applebee's fan favorite quesadilla burger?
It's a burger inside a quesadilla.
Genius. Hot, melted cheese.
Fresh. Pico de gallo.
Whoa. Mind blown.
Everyone's a fan with Applebee's 2 for $20 fan favorites.
Freaking wind.
Yeah, you tell that wind. May it never again dare to blow in your presence. So you may finally admit it's time to get fit for the right clubs at Golfsmith.
Take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. No need to hurry. No sleeping, no
The Corona can always finds its beach.
It is an act of cruel beauty, devastating to opponents, divine to fans. Here's Steph Curry pulling up for three.
Curry takes it a free for the win.
Just one play ignites the NBA app. Video from a variety of angles, plus updated impact on score, stats, and series. If the NBA app can do all that with just one play, think what it'll do with the whole playoff. Download the free NBA app, the official app of the NBA.
Again, Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, Drake, The Weeknd. Only one can be top artist of the year on the Billboard Music Awards. Only one night has the biggest lineup in Billboard history. Only one show this year will be
Ludacris and Sierra Los, the Girl Warriors Oldies, live Sunday, May 22nd at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on ABC.
Went crazy in Game 3. 35 points leading the game winners got the purple on today.
Clean it in the board out.
And the Rockets get Game 4.
Steph Curry playing?
Yes.
Not going to be able to do it.
In the meantime, Floyd Leonard and company are they going to get this week?
How about his hands are larger, 2 inches wide than Andre Drummond? Yes, they can get that.
47-45 Spurs enjoy the second half.
This presentation of the NBA playoffs will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
The car that was once everyone's first is now everyone's next. Introducing the new 2016 Civic from Honda. Innovative Sonicare technology with up to 27% more brush movements versus Oral-B. Get healthier gums in 2 weeks guaranteed. Innovation in you. Philips Sonicare. Save when you buy the most loved rechargeable toothbrush brand in America.
A half rack of our in-house smoked ribs plus a salad and mini mold kit. Chili's baby back bones for just $10.99.
I lied. There is no ice cream.
Ice cream for ABC Wednesday. With a tasty new middle and a special Goldbergs with deleted scenes and bloopers.
To smell like babies, not farts in the coffee.
What's modern and the blackish we're getting fired is on the menu.
You can go back to your herb garden, which, by the way, was not at all what I thought it was going to be.
Comedies of a healthy treat.
TV is actually good. It's educational.
It all starts Wednesday on ABC.
I'm on the FDR, but I'll be there. See you soon.
So it's you versus the FDR. But with your Ford Fusion, it's like a walk in the park. Potholes, drivers out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, I see you.
And so does your Fusion with a blind spot information system. And with voice-activated sync, you stay in touch and on track.
I'll be there in 5.
That's the total package. Get a Ford Fusion with 0% financing for 60 months or lease for just $139 a month at your local Ford dealer. How does Time Warner Cable Business Class power small business success?
With a network serving customers from coast to coast.
And a team of thousands all doing our part.
To give you service that you can rely on. More speed, lower price. 15 meg internet, phone, Wi-Fi hotspot, and a free modem for $69.98 per month. Ask about a $200 Visa prepaid card.
And with the money back guarantee, your decision is easy.
When your business needs fast solutions,
One call can make it possible.
call today or visit us online to learn more.
Jay Mitchell and Don Rover. Next one.
Wish me luck. Be a good boy.
You think you know what your pets do when you leave, but you don't.
The NBA playoffs on ESPN. The fans are going wild. What are they thinking? What a wild finish.
Really? Why ain't clean it? Check out your dog. Nice chain. That's cool, man.
The secret life of pets.
Back in Memphis, Gus's world-famous fried chicken is being sampled. Chicken and waffles served in the press room for breakfast for folks today. Part of the Memphis menu, if you will. If you've ever been through and you had a chance to get to Gus's, you know it's good. If you haven't, you should sometime. We're going to take a look at today's first half stats brought to you by Kia. They add up to a 2-point San Antonio lead with 4 of 12 shooting the threes, and most of the other numbers somewhat even in that first half. Mike Tirico, former coach of the year down here in Memphis, Hall of Famer Hubie Brown, will talk with us in a second. Hugh Bowman took a look at today's Game Changers brought to you by Jimmy B, and we'll see Lance Stevenson, Kawhi Leonard, and that's the Lakers for each team in the first 24 minutes.
Both of them had excellent first half. So you're going to see off the dribble. Stevenson is able to get past his man and then break the defense down. He did it time and time again on his way to 7 field goals. Now, when you look at the other end of the floor. Mr. Defense himself gets the block and then knocks in it one. He's 1 for 1 on the 3 ball. And he's giving it to you at both ends of the floor. And then you can see, Mike, the strong second quarters for both players, and they're playing within the offensive flow.
And Stevenson giving Memphis a little push that has them within 2 as we check in with Heather Cox.
Mike, the Spurs coming out of the locker room very honest. James Borrego admitted, yes, that 18-minute delay did affect them. He said we were in such an offensive rhythm before that delay, and we came out and everything changed. We've got to get back into the flow, have to get that rhythm. He also admitted same issues bothering them in this game as they did in Game 3. He said we've got to get to the rim more. We can't settle for jump shots and really want to keep up the pace, wear down this Memphis team like we saw in the end of Game 3. They don't want to play half-court basketball with them in the second half.
And they don't want to play Game 5. They would like to end this series here.
Absolutely.
And maximize the rest, as Heather put it so well at the start of the broadcast. This is a team that has really defined that, getting rest and resting your best players. They'd love to do that for at least 5 or 6 days. If they do advance to the Western Conference semifinals, likely against Oklahoma City up 3-1 down, as Aldridge hits the first shot of this half, they won't play until next weekend at the earliest. So San Antonio would love to take care of business here in this second half.
First 5 minutes for Memphis, very big here. See, this is what you do not want to have happen.
Farmar's initial bad pass leads to the over and back violation.
You do not want this game to get up to 10 to 15 points, mainly because of the fact that then the confidence factor will come to San Antonio. Right now, you have San Antonio guessing whether or not they can move you out of there and defend you in a half-court game.
Parker on the pitch, Leonard on the 3. The line is short, rebounded by Barnes. He's got Tony Allen out, but transition defense, which is where it all begins for San Antonio.
Well, you can see Tony Allen. Why did he stop? He's 1 for 14 in these 2 home games. 0 for 8 on Friday night, 1 for 6 today.
So they wanted the call, doesn't get it.
No, they needed that. They need every call, Mike, once they get into the painted area. Because you see how fast it happens. It's that old story in the NBA. If you miss a layup opportunity, the other team scores within 3 to 4 seconds. I don't know why it happens, but it happens all the time.
Lead is 6. Barnes off on that 3, and Duncan pitches it out. Duncan, Carter, Andre Miller on the bench. He's over 40, so 3 of the 4 oldest players in the league involved in this opening round series.
Oh, there you go.
Allen's down. He was 1 of 6 in the first half.
Well, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for him because they're laying off of him. They're giving him the shots. This man is involved in a lot of the quick rotations defensively.
Duncan was defended that time by Randolph, and on the miss, it's Barnes with the push attacking at Duncan. And Randolph trying to clean it up. And Zach gets fouled.
One thing when you watch San Antonio play, when they shoot the basketball, if a man who shot it is close to the rim, he might go to the offensive board. But they are all back, and you're going to see this right here. You can see the black shirts, they had 3 guys right now. Their key is defensing the transition game first. That's what they live by.
It begins there.
That's right. 4 guys back at all times, and sometimes 5.
Let's tell the story. We're talking to Pop, and you talked about 19 straight years. They haven't allowed over 100 points in any season. So impressed. Pop didn't even know the number. He said, I can carry us. You talked about where does it all begin as a coach. It's such an appreciation defense. And Pop just, we're talking basketball. Said, well, it's our Krebs cycle. It's the Spurs Krebs cycle. As we have a stoppage here for a moment. Tony Allen perhaps bleeding, so we're going to try to stop the bleeding. So Pop said, well, you know the Krebs cycle. And Heather, me, you, we just sit there and shake our head. Yeah, sure, go. Okay, keep going, Pop. We'll catch up with you at some point. Well, it starts with transition defense, then it's half court, then it's getting the stops, it's making sure there's no second chance opportunity, it's getting the rebound, it's transition offense, and then it's what you talk about with their great offensive continuity and movement. So, of course, we left, we smiled to take care, and immediately hit Google and Krebs cycle, which, of course, we all know is the series of enzymatic reactions that catalyzes the aerobic metabolism of fuel molecules to carbon dioxide and water, thereby generating energy for the production of adenosine triphosphate molecules. And he's dropping that in a basketball meeting. Of course we got that. But if you've seen the model and you did study, you know it's that circular model where it starts, where it comes back to, where it continues as Parker gets inside the score.
Now, that's the first time he's been able to go from the perimeter game to the rim and score without being totally contested.
Push on the other end. It's a little Krebs cycle, just a little spin cycle for Tony.
Now, they needed Tony right here. This is a good crossover move, but no rotation from the right side of the floor, and that's what's needed. That's the difference between the two teams, but then again, it's chemistry. Weeks and weeks of doing drills and rotation and knowing where you're supposed to be. That, if you do not do that at San Antonio, you do not get off the bench.
Usually in the belt, that's right. Randolph pitched it, Tony Allen will take it, made one, didn't make the next. Rebound Aldridge. 4-point lead here for the Spurs. 3 minutes gone by in this third quarter. Parker trying to get inside, physical Farmar, and that foul is called. You talk about Hubie setting up defense and setting up a plan. Dave Yeager hasn't been able to do that this year, but I just love that there's a philosophy. This is what our identity is on San Antonio's side. This is what we want to do. And you know coming in, it starts with the transition defense and it keeps moving around. It's not helter-skelter or what's the moment of pick-and-roll defense, switching everything. This is what we do. Coming up next year on ABC, it's Golden State and Houston. TNT will have Atlanta, Boston, Cleveland, Detroit as the Cavs look for the closeout of the Pistons tonight. And Monday, it'll be Miami and Charlotte, Game 4 on NBA TV. You always talk about what are you? What's your identity? What's your
That's absolutely right.
And we know what they are.
Well, they start with the defense, and you're right, Mike Young. They only gave up 92 points for the season. And then in this series coming in here, they're only giving up 76. And they played 3 games. Now, this is what you like to see. I'm glad they didn't call an offensive foul. It could have gone either way.
You like to see it unless you're Tony Parker. He's like, really, Zach Randolph just bowls me over.
That's right.
You can't stop that. Come on.
But see, if you push, you get these mismatches. And that's to your advantage. And that's what you have to do when you're the underdog team.
Leonard out of the corner. His second 3 of the game. He has 17 points on the afternoon.
Well, for a number of years, he would not have taken that shot. He would have looked and continued the rotation of the ball.
And there he is with the block of the other end. Leonard on one end and back on the defensive side. The score, the stop, and a chance for the Spurs to build on this 6-point lead.
You got to go in the paint. There it is.
Draws the contact on Barnes. That's a chance for the 3-point play.
That's a great offensive player. For years, he scored up over 20-some-odd points at Portland. And then this year, 18. Now, just watch it. He sized that up. As soon as he had Barnes, he knew he was going to take him into the paint. And then just watch it here. Now, this is a great play by Leonard. Once again, rotating to help out another guy whose man was not able to hold the dribbler.
Parker has 14 this afternoon. Leonard and Aldridge have 30, so those 3 are 44, the Spurs 60. Allen took Duncan inside. That's what you said it all to go. Find a mismatch, quick offense with this small unit for Memphis.
Well, see, Pop definitely talked to this first unit at halftime because they come out here right now and they have a different mentality and, more important, a different urgency about them.
Pop called this play on the way up. Duncan in the paint posting. Had nothing. Finds Danny Green. He turned it over.
Well, you see, they want to get you in front of the basket, Mike, 6 feet away. And if you play behind Duncan, he should be able to score.
Barnes couldn't bring in the alley. Parker on the drop. Parker to the basket with a finish. And the lead's not.
We have not seen that in games Friday night and in the first half here tonight. He is exploding now in the transition, forcing the action.
Well, it's a different time in their careers. Yes, Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker are not what they were. They have moments and flashes of it, and they now work as compliments to Leonard and Aldridge.
Greatness comes from within. From pitting you against you. You against you. 9/11. The only call that could beat 9/11.
Take a breath and go, yo. Stop knocking in. You have more important things to do, so we'll meet you at the car with Applebee's Carside to Go. Download our new app now and save $5 on your first order.
The Corona can always finds its beach.
Before earning enough cash back from Bank of America to buy a new gym bag. Before earning 1% cash back everywhere, every time. And 2% back at the grocery store. Even before he got 3% back on gas. Kenny used his Bank of America Cash Rewards credit card to join the Wednesday Night League. Because he loves to play hoops, not jump through them. That's the excitement of the rewarding connections. Apply online or at a Bank of America near you.
When Josh Atkins books at Lakita.com, he gets it ready for you alert the second his room is ready. So you know what he gives?
I'll give you everything I've got and then some.
He gives 110%.
I'm confident this 10% can boost your market share. Feel me, Lois?
I'm feeling
Ready for you alert only at LQ.com.
You live on a planet that is mostly water. Sometimes water just starts falling out of the sky. When water freezes, people play on it. When it bubbles, people sit in it. When it moves, people slide down. And smart people like this person say there's about to be even more water.
There's about to be even more water.
In fact, there's so much water out there, why in the world would you get a phone that can't get wet? The new water-resistant Galaxy S7 Edge.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Sage Dance today's Cool Under Pressure moment brought to you by Gatorade Frost. Last night in Portland, trailing 2-0, the Blazers' backcourt came alive against the Clippers. Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum combined for 59 points. Huge win for Portland, Mike. Game 4 tomorrow.
Sage, thank you. It was interesting to watch Portland come back in that series yesterday at UBS. We saw with Charlotte and then Indiana with a good ass to tie. Danny Green steals the inbound from Dunks. And the Spurs are up and up.
We're seeing right now, this is this first group that Pop was definitely upset about in their operation Friday night in that first half, and then also here. But they've come out in the third quarter. Parker has 11 of the 16 points in this quarter. And that was, you hate to see that coaching. They steal the inbound pass.
You drop a play at a time, but it doesn't even get to the next guy. Carter steps out of bounds, and it'll be Spurs ball. It was interesting last night with the Portland game late, the Indiana game at home, and the Charlotte victory. We watched role players. I'm thinking of Kaminsky, who was struggling, so not a role player, but
nice job.
Played better. Mahimi and George Hill, Indiana. What you always talk about here, what you've taught us for years, home game, those not star players, those secondary players more comfortable, playing a bigger, higher level. As Duncan throws it over the rim, and the chance of the three-point play.
I'm glad you said throw. So watch it. This is just two guys respect. They're banging one another. They've been so many series against. But the fact that Duncan could get it up and over the rim is impressive. Once again, now this game is starting to pull away. Okay? You have to be careful, and you're hoping that Memphis will understand, look, you're not getting any easy fast break baskets. It's 14-2 on fast breaks in charge of San Antonio.
Tim Duncan hopes to celebrate his 40th birthday tomorrow with the day off. And with the Spurs, we hope that they will go back with a victory, close this series out, be the first team in the second round, and start preparation for likely Oklahoma City as the Thunder up 3-1. House with Game 5 of that series coming up early this week. Stay down here with the Spurs.
Well, definitely Memphis has had a cold spell. Now they're 3 for 14 in this quarter.
Mitchell Parker, the good quarter. Leonard had a good second quarter. And they team up to find Duncan inside. And it is 22-8 advantage San Antonio since halftime.
This comes down to execution now. It's difficult anytime that you're putting together piecework, especially at this level, and then you have to play against the best half-court defensive team in the league.
Randolph from the top, quiets it down a little bit. Zach, who's led this team in playoff scoring in this series, has 15 and 7 here this afternoon.
And I'd say that was a good post-up, and they're working Leonard a lot this year now in the post. Now, it's the first time we've seen it tonight. Look at this guy. This guy looks like a young Colt in the second half.
Had to deflect off his leg and out of bounds. And that's the growth area of the game. You always talk about when teams come back the next season. What do players add to their game? And that would be what Kawhi has added a little bit to his game, more of a down-low post-up.
Well, that's the next place that they want him to be able to mature into a go-to guy in the post area. They know that he can get now off the dribble. They know the three-point game is there. Excellent mid-range. You can't foul because he's a 87% foul shooter. But the big thing now is let's use him in the post where, A, then he's closer to the offensive glass, and then also the high percentage play of the potential three inside the paint.
Of these multiple defensive efforts in his court from the Spurs, but Farmer hits that over Duncan. And Greg Popovich will take a timeout. The lead is 12 for San Antonio. 16 and a half minutes away from the second round.
NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by The Secret Life of Pets. From the humans behind Despicable Me. In theaters July 8th. And State Farm. We exist to assist.
Love you, Maxie.
And I wonder what the pets we love do when we leave.
From the humans behind Despicable Me.
The Secret Life of Pets.
You be a good boy, Leonard. Rated PG.
We've been robbed. We got robbed.
What?
My rings. My rings are gone.
You ain't got no rings.
Sure don't.
Don't worry, Mrs. Hooper. If you ever do get a ring, State Farm can cover your jewelry in case of a robbery.
Mom's got no rings.
Really, Daddy?
I don't want a ring.
Somebody need to change his bait.
State Farm, keeping your home court covered.
Without the right tools, a 5-minute job can turn into a 5-hour job. So when it comes to your tools, choose wisely, Grasshopper. Case in point, Ford Transit. With 3 engines, 3 different roof heights, and 3 body lengths, Transit has the most configurations of any full-size van. So it's the right tool, no matter what your job is. This is Ford Transit.
During Ford commercial van season, get $21.50 customer cash, plus an additional $500 commercial cash, and up to $1,000 in outfit assistance.
Burger King offers more for 4 with 5 for 4. Now get a flame-grilled bacon cheeseburger, crispy 4-piece nuggets, thick-cut fries, a drink, and a cookie for just $4. It's not just a deal, it's a full deal. 5 items, $4. Get them now, only at Burger King.
Back in Memphis, and time for today's 3. Brought to you by Schick Extreme 3. And San Antonio's Big 3. Duncan, Parker, Ginobili, 575 regular season wins, record for a trio, 123 playoff wins, also a mark total. An impressive 698 wins. They go for 699 here in this second half. The winningest trio, you think of the great trio of front court players for Boston back in the day with Parrish, McHale, and Bird. You think of the outstanding Laker trios over time. This is the best in terms of wins and win percentage and all that other stuff that we talked about. Just so impressive how they've done it, and as we've discussed the last 2 games, how they have, with such class and grace, been around to handle the change of this era of Spurs basketball now with Leonard and Aldridge taking the front line role.
No, really, it's nice to watch them now in this third quarter, Mike. They're 9 for 12 from the field. 9 for 12. And when Tony Parker came in and he He had 3 field goals at halftime. Well, he goes 3 for 4. And more important, he set a tone by pushing the action and striking early.
And you talk about the defensive effort that they had there as well. You saw that the shooting percentage for Memphis. Aldridge knocks down that shot. Makes it a 14-point lead.
Mike, he's such a high percentage shooter on the baseline when he gets to that midpoint area. That's a tough area for big guys to score from. He'll either do it on the right side of the floor or on the left side.
You can see it starting to slowly go away for Memphis. This team that needed to have all the good, positive reinforcement and belief that they know how undermanned they are and how tall this task is. Massive home dog for a game 4 in this series. Aldridge missed it, taken down by David Weston.
The big thing was, by Friday night, this was the area where Memphis came roaring back to take the lead, 71-70 at the end of the quarter. But right now, you can see this group that's out there now for San Antonio, they are not letting up at all.
Ginobili was fouled on the pass. Michael Green picked it up. It's his 4th. 14 fouls on the Grizzlies in the quarter, 2 on San Antonio. Spurs swept the Grizzlies a couple of times, including the 2013 Western Conference Finals. As Mills hits the 3, it's 17 all of a sudden.
Now, that's why when he comes in a game, you know he's looking for the 3. He's now 3 for 5 in the 3 ball. That's his game. When the clock is down, you've got to come down and close him out.
Anderson sent the screen in Ginobili. Barnes tries to get to the basket. Nice. And he scores.
Now, Barnes has been excellent. He's been excellent on Friday. He's excellent again tonight. He has double figures. He's already got 6 boards. And Friday night, he was terrific at both ends of the floor.
Dave Yeager could not be more effusive as Ginobili gets inside with ease for the layup. Effusive in the praise of Barnes and of Zach Randolph, these veterans who understand how difficult the task has been, but have been, in Yeager's words, extremely professional about trying to answer the call.
What a beautiful move. They switched out. Leonard switched out, took away the pass, and then the second man rotated and stole the pass.
And the trip is kept alive with the West rebound. And Spurs are set up at half court here, 17. Aldridge going to work on Green. Munford back in, gets it to Lance Stevenson, who is fouled by Ginobili as he was bound to the basket.
Well, I'm glad he did that. I'm glad he attacked strong. They had nothing. But the fact that he's strong and he took it to the rim, you had to stop him from getting to the glass. Now they're going to foul and force him to make the 2 foul shots. That's also in their defensive philosophy. You're not going to get easy layups if you have a chance to get to the man.
4 fouls on Ginobili. Of course, everybody looking what's happening with Steph. Steph Curry out there going through the regular warm-up. He tweeted a few minutes ago, locked in, ready to go. Tip time for that game is 3:45 Eastern time. So that is, 37, 38 minutes away. And we were delayed here 18 minutes in this game because of a county-wide drop in voltage. And all the lights went out at the 10:02 mark of our second quarter. So the clock pushed up against the start of that Rockets game, so they pushed that start time a bit forward. Foul on Stevenson. Lance has 3. And by the way, if we get to 3:45, we're not done with business here. That game would start for you on ESPN before Mike, Jeff, Mark, and Lisa join you here on ABC. One more for Ginobili. Let's listen to what the coaches have been saying. Here in the second half.
Get some stops. One can run it there and get in their paint. Okay, we attack them. That's the way we put a couple stops together. We're going to be fine. Let's just keep working. Just grind it out. Okay, we have to grind it out. Get the stops. Get that game rebound. Push it. Think about stops and pace.
It's usually the Memphis term, grind it out. Anderson couldn't get to it after the Munford miss and go back down to San Antonio. Big quarter here for the Spurs.
Well, this did not happen on Friday in Game 3 until there were 6 minutes left in the game. Right now, you can see they're taking the heart out of the defensive rotations of Memphis, the energy level of Memphis. You can see it's just worn down. And that's what happened with 6 on the clock. They were there. You honestly thought they could get it done. But right now, San Antonio is looking at this. They have shifted gears. We're seeing them at their best with their first unit and then coming in with their substitutes, leaving Leonard out there. And then also the fact that they've upgraded their defense here because they are looking at a week off, and that's what they're playing for.
That's what a championship team does.
Absolutely.
They know exactly what is at stake, and they've got that extra gear. It'll be interesting to see. Dallas is unable to close out or to stay in the series. Oklahoma City able to get that closed out in that series. If Golden State wins today, if those teams keep rolling, it'll be an interesting game 4 with Portland at home against the Clippers. As Barnes is foul trying to get to the free throw line, because if the other guys get these series closed out, the Clippers have to fight through that series. It'll be interesting how that will impact the next round of really heavyweight matches. To be very candid, as you look at the board where everything stands, the Monday games in Portland, in Dallas, it has not been a great competitive first round of the playoffs. It's such a great first round last year, it just hasn't been the case for a variety of reasons this year, but it doesn't mean the playoffs are going to be bad. We've got some tremendous second-round matchups.
Absolutely.
4 heavyweights in the West. The way Miami is playing, let's see how that series plays out. The Boston-Atlanta series rolling on. Cleveland has looked very good in their first 3 games against Detroit.
The toughest thing is if you win out in the 6th game and you're on the road, and now you have to travel a great distance to play game 1 on Sunday.
If it's a short turnaround,
that's right. Especially if it's in the afternoon on a Sunday. You're playing Friday night someplace, you're on the road, and now you have to go again on the road and then play an early game. The other team is waiting for you. They've totally prepared for you, and you have a trip. You have like 1 day to get ready. And at this level, that's very hard to do to win that first game. Very hard.
That plus the wear and tear, plus the potential for injuries. That's why all these teams will take care of business as quickly as possible. The lead is up to 20 as Stevenson drives, and Lance Stevenson adds 2 more. His total 18 off the bench. Be interesting to see what happens with Stevenson, who's gone a couple of different places and been traded after that breakthrough performance he had with the Pacers a few years ago. Charlotte, then the Clippers, now here. Bills, Leonard, yes, 21 for Kawhi.
Made that look easy. Once again, the clock down. Mills looking for the 3, coming off of that quick ring.
67% shooting in this third quarter. San Antonio has its best offensive quarter of the series. It was taken away by West. Ian Stevenson will jump it up at 19.6 to go. Jonathan Simmons will come back in for the Spurs. Greg Popovich will be interesting to watch Simmons, the rookie from Houston, and Kyle Anderson, the second man from UCLA. Players you would figure at the edge of the rotation or out if it shortens, if you get into one of those high-level series. However, the ball deflected out of bounds, and it will go down to Memphis with 17.3 to go.
Well, I don't know. I think they're upset us with us it's the second ball. It's the overhand.
Gets inside the score. It'll be interesting to see if Anderson and Simmons have a place in the rotation. Do the offense and the staff love these young players and what they've contributed?
Well, you know, they have 10 guys that they rotate every single night, but then they'll always try to get in that 11th guy, the young player, to give him some experience under pressure. But the key guy that's really interesting is Marjanovic at 7-3. Let's see.
We're back for the fourth quarter after this message and the word from your ABC station.
Without the right tools, a 5-minute job can turn into a 5-hour job. So when it comes to your tools, choose wisely, Grasshopper. Case in point, Ford Transit. With 3 engines, 3 different roof heights, and 3 body lengths, Transit has the most configurations of any full-size van. So it's the right tool no matter what your job is. This is Ford Transit.
During Ford commercial van season, get $21.50 customer cash, plus an additional $500 commercial cash, and up to $1,000 in outfit assistance.
Rebecca told Taco Bell she'd fold 1,000 paper swans. Brian said he'd wear 55 pounds of salmon in bear country. And Patrick, he said he'd literally do anything Fans promise to do lots of things to bring back their favorite burritos. Promise is a promise, Patrick. Grab the cheesy double beef or the beefy crunch burrito for just $1. You brought him back. We made him $1. You earned it. At Coors, we lager, filter, and package cold for a cleaner, crisper taste. Because every pot deserves a refreshing finish. Whatever you're on, climb on.
It's a sold out crowd here, folks. This game could be an NBA classic. These two teams.
The Andersons got tickets to the game? How'd they get tickets?
Did you try NBAtickets.com?
But the game is sold out.
The games are never sold out on NBAtickets.com.
Never?
Yep, and they're never fake.
Your dad's a genius. Grab the keys. We're going to the game.
Always available, always 100% authentic. NBAtickets.com, the official ticket marketplace.
Over the next 4 episodes of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Daisy's vision of the future.
Someone on our team is gonna die.
Becomes a reality. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Fallen Agent, Tuesday on ABC. That's what makes it the best 3 series ever, and we'll tell you it has more advanced suspension and steering, or even more control of the road. And it's near perfectly balanced to put performance first. But ask her for where the competition mimics us just to keep up. No comment. The BMW 3 Series. Right now, lease a BMW 320i sedan for as low as $320 a month.
There are certain kinds of roads built for certain kinds of cars. Sweeping you up in a moment of pure driving enjoyment. Just don't get too carried away. And lost the thrill.
Devil on your side making miracles for a desperate day. What could I do wrong? Monday at 5.
This is Sports Day. It will be wrapped up with the Johns, Richie Price, and Anderson on Sports Center after the Red Sox Astros game. The full plate of NBA playoff action, the hockey playoffs, and the day baseball as well after the Sunday Night Baseball game on ESPN, the Red Sox and the Astros. Fourth quarter begins here in Memphis. Mike Tirico, Hall of Famer Hubie Brown, Heather Cox. The Spurs leading 84-66, trying to come up with the sweep in the best of 7 and be the first team to advance to the second round of these NBA playoffs in 2016. Diao, the scroll to the goal, can't finish. It'll go the other way to Memphis. Here's Greg Popovich in the huddle between quarters.
That was a great quarter defensively. We got back on D, we guarded, we rebounded, we had pace going back, we attacked, we went up.
There you go.
Always starting at the defensive end first. We're not blowing any smoke on the offense. We got it done defensively first. And I liked how they came out there with all of that motion with the second unit guys, and that's what you want. You want your guys to play with high intensity. You forget about the score of this game. This is where you get to work out, and you'll continue the minutes as long as you produce.
Mills, this time 3, Michael Green, working with Xavier Mumford, Matt Barnes, Lance Stevenson, and Birdman Chris Anderson on the floor. Mumford couldn't finish, but Anderson keeps it alive. He's giving you a lot of energy and some good contributions today. Anderson 9 rebounds now.
You'd like to say Memphis is going to come back strong in the 3-ball. Look, they're 2 for 8, and in this series, it's been very, very difficult for them. They're shooting 27% in the series from the 3-ball. It's not a big part of their makeup. They're a power team, and that's why when you take away the inside power from them, it's extremely difficult. You can't lose Gasol, you can't lose Wright, you can't lose, and then also trade away a player like Green. These guys are all front court guys who could score.
Anderson with the finish. It's going to be an interesting conversation going forward with Memphis as to what they look like and how they are, because there's so many injuries. You can't have 16 3-pointers in a 4-game series in today's NBA and expect to be successful. Anderson keeps his trip alive. And the inside feed to Stevenson. Lance has 20 here today.
Mike, look, once again, last year they came off of 55 wins. 55 wins a year ago to get to the second round of the playoffs. Now this year they were planted. They were in 5th place before all of these injuries, and they stayed there for a long period of time. Unfortunately, the end of the season was extremely difficult for them because they went through a 1-12 stage as they closed out. Now you say, well, what happened? Well, what happened is, we've explained it earlier, you did a terrific job. All of the players, you can't take away Marc Gasol and then also Conley, 2 of your top 2 scorers, and then also Chalmers, who was a great backup who could give you 10 off the bench.
Larry Chalmers tore his Achilles, and they had to waive him because they needed the space to get players on the roster. They had to use the NBA hardship exemption to add a player to their roster using 28, as mentioned, for the season. Simmons hits the 3 from the corner, and the lead balloons to 21. The largest, Jonathan Simmons, who had a good run with Austin, the Spurs team in the D-League, as he was establishing himself last year.
Well, let's see what's scoring. That was a nice pass. Green, this guy's got a lot of hop. Young fellow played terrific here Friday night. And then also, when you look at Simmons, a couple years in the D-League, that's what you're looking for, and that's what Pop, they're great at finding talent, okay?
And developing it.
That's right, whether it's out in the FIBA League or whether it is here in the United States and the kid doesn't get drafted, then they take them and they put them down in their D-League, and they emphasize. Now, the guy who was doing such a great job for them, Quinn Snyder, is now the head coach up there at Utah and did a magnificent coaching job.
That's right. Quinn was coaching the Austin team in the D-League a few years ago and really developed a pattern there. He's off there. Mentioned the D-League. Sioux Falls and the LA Defenders begin their best-of-3 D-League finals. That's on ESPNU tonight at 7 Eastern Time. Austin, the Spurs D-League team, lost in the semifinals. We'll see a lot of contributions from players who are in the D-League as we go through the seasons more and more, including Mumford, who was in Bakersfield for the last couple of years, now getting his chance in the NBA playoffs with the Grizzlies.
NBA playoffs on ABC, brought to you by Hyundai and Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel quality guaranteed.
Why am I a fan of Applebee's fan favorite quesadilla burger?
It's a burger inside a quesadilla.
Genius. Hot, melty cheese.
Fresh, pico de gallo.
Whoa. Mind blown.
Everyone's a fan with Applebee's 2 for $20 fan favorites.
One shot down the fire at the sky, but this time we are together. And right here in this moment where we belong. Now that
Innovative Sonicare technology with up to 27% more brush movements versus Oral-B. Get healthier gums in 2 weeks guaranteed. Innovation in you. Philips Sonicare. Save when you buy the most loved rechargeable toothbrush brand in America.
New Honey Nut M&M's. Bees not included. New Coffee Nut M&M's. Nah, they won't make you shake. New Chili Nut M&M's. Not when that gets fire. Try them all and vote for your favorite.
This. What's better than this? This? Check it out. This. It doesn't get any better than this. I stand corrected. This is the 2017 Hyundai Elantra. Not just new, better. Take a breath and go, yo. You have more important things to do, so we'll meet you at the car with Applebee's Carside to Go. Download our new app now and save $5 on your first order. Wednesday, go behind the scenes with the Goldbergs. With bloopers, new exclusive footage, and cast secrets.
I do know.
Let's just address it.
The new Goldbergs, ABC Wednesday. New shark Shark Tank. Guest show.
Are you really that clueless?
And the gloves are coming up.
It's not my idea. You're yelling at me. It's not my company. I haven't heard you speak up, Mark. I'm listening.
But over what?
This is the worst idea I've ever heard on Shark Tank.
Shark Tank Friday on ABC.
The Spurs' imprint on the league is everywhere. I mean, about half the league. Look at the family tree. And this is not a complete list. These are the people who come through this organization. Scott Layton just hired this week to work with Tom Thibodeau in Minnesota. Sean Marks, the front office leaders in Utah, New Orleans, Indiana, Orlando, Oklahoma City, and then the coaches who've come through the Popovich tree over time, whether as players or assistants. And again, that's a partial list. There are so many guys like Monty Williams and Avery Johnson. There's Scott Layton, who was the assistant GM here for 4 years after a good run in Utah. And he was hired this week with Tom Thibodeau to run the operations in Minnesota, take over that great opportunity with the young players. And here we have Sean Marks, who was also an assistant GM for R.C. Buford. He was hired earlier this season by Brooklyn. So both assistant GMs have been hired. And Pop was joking with us. Which one of the assistant coaches is going to end up going with all these guys who get hired? Because they all believe in the system and the product that it's produced over these many years.
Well, they're all about organization. They're all about discipline. And it filters down right from the top. And you have to have excellent ownership. And then also the president of the team, followed by the people under him from the management level, and then your scouts. Can your scouts find the people that fit this style of play? And that's been a major key throughout the success over Pop 19 years here. Now, when you think about it, not every player fits this style. Not every player can handle this type of discipline. Not every player can handle this type of forcing you to be unselfish and that this is the team game. And then every guy who leaves here has been able to perform. And when that performance happens, they open the door for you, but you still have to get it done. And whether it's the GM or whether it's the coaches, it's been nothing but major pluses, and that's why it continues to be fruitful.
And owners want to hire there. The fans inside. We talk about the consecutive seasons of success, this winning percentage of the four major sports. The Spurs trying to add to that and get to 20 years. And you think about other sports, and I think of recently, Hugh, there was a great tree off of Bill Walsh and the 49ers. Sure. The current example would be the New England Patriots. There's a tree of many executives and many head coaches with varying degrees of success. But to see out of this group with R.C. Buford and Popovich what they have built in all these other people, and on that list we showed, we didn't say Danny Ferry's name, who did a tremendous job. Yes, when he was an executive in the league, and there are assistant coaches and people, directors of basketball operations. A guy like Malik Rose, who played for Popovich, he's the manager of basketball operations for the Hawks. Foul call inside. Vinny Del Negro, who was the head coach of the Bulls, another former player. The list goes on and on. It's just part of the lasting legacy here. The coaching staff is such a good group. You saw the shot of everybody over there a moment ago. Torre Messina from Italy, Ime Udoka used to play for Popovich on the Spurs, James Borrego. And it's so often mentioned by Pop with an individual development. Chip England, the shooting, and what the job he does. Chad Forcier is sitting next to Becky Hammond. Of course, Becky in her second year as the first full-time female assistant coach in the NBA. We were at dinner last night, and there's the entire Spurs staff sitting there having dinner together. The famous Pop playoff dinners. They all have a few hours to gather and talk basketball and keep an eye on what's going on. It certainly defines a culture, and the result has been extraordinary. And today, Pop can become the ninth to have a ninth sweep, the most of any coach. Tim Duncan gets a second playoff wins, and they'll be heading to the second round for the 19th time since '84. Only the Lakers have done it 22 times. The Birdman sits out. JaMychal Green comes back in for Memphis with 7:44 to go.
You know, when we look back at it all, and you brought it out earlier, Mike, 19 straight years of leading the league of no team, never giving up 100 points, right? That's the one that jumps out to you. That's right. Now, then the second one is, which is even bigger than that, in my opinion, is 19 straight years of a winning record on the road. Now, that, believe me, that's difficult. Nobody even close to that. And that's the foundation. It all comes with defense, and it comes with performing on the road. There are no gimmies out on the road.
Barnes on the drive, 94-77. The Grizzlies getting past the 75-point threshold means that they will not have the lowest scoring four-game aggregate of any team in playoff history.
The brothers-in-law just got to town. Here we go.
Presenting Prince Matumbe.
Just like you said, I'm not your servant.
You are what I say you are.
Right on to this Tuesday.
At Subway, we're excited about our new carved turkey. It's day after Thanksgiving good. Thick cut, all white meat, oven roasted to perfection. It's something even pilgrims would love.
Wait, because I'm a pilgrim, I like turkey? Is that it? Because I'm a pilgrim, I like turkey.
No, oh, I'm sorry. What would you like?
The new one.
The carved turkey.
Yes.
The new Subway carved turkey and bacon sandwich with applewood smoked bacon and cheese. Subway, fresh is what we do.
When Josh Atkins books at Lakita.com, he gets it ready for you alert the second his room is ready. So you know what he gives?
I'll give you everything I've got and then some.
He gives 110%.
I'm confident this 10% can boost your market share. Feel me, Willis?
I'm feeling
Ready for you alert only at LQ.com.
Can you give me a warning? Sure. Warning, here comes your ticket.
Come on, in my face!
A car doesn't get distracted. Auto emergency braking with pedestrian detection on the 2017 Hyundai Elantra. Not just new, better. A new Blackish may be downsizing. But is it his head on the chopping block?
It's getting serious at work.
Anything happens, you can go back to your herb garden, which, by the way, was not at all what I thought it was going to be.
New Blackish, Wednesday on ABC.
Time for today's Home Court Advantage, which is brought to you by Lowe's. Stevie just mentioned San Antonio's exemplary record on the road, 27-14. At home, they tied the 86 Celtics, 40-1. What else coming to the Warriors? They only trailed in 7 of the games they played at home this year, which is astonishing. 34 wire-to-wire victories, and they won those games by average of 14 points. QB in the fourth quarter this year, the home games, that would be 492 total minutes. They only trailed for 23 of those minutes.
That's always amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But when you look at what they have now, they have the defense, they have the shot blocking. Coming into this game, they blocked 10 shots a game in this series. They have the defense to keep you into a low shooting percentage, which they're doing again now in this game for the fourth straight game. But then their style of play, their offense is geared. I don't care how good you are defensively, they're going to get good looks at the basket because of their style, and they force you to play them sideline to sideline, 50 feet. If there's action on the right, there's more action on the left side of the floor, and something will happen in that spot. They've got the total package. Now, got an injury, they have veteran guys now stockpiled on the second unit that can step in.
And here's Andre Miller, one of those, the 40-year-old checking in, as well as Boban Marjanovic, who you mentioned earlier, Hughes, the rookie from Serbia. Every time he seems to come in the game, it seems like his game continues to improve. And Marjanovic in here with 6.5 remaining in a 17-point Spurs lead.
This young man played in FIBA for 10 years out of Serbia. I want to tell you something. To see him, Mike, week to week, the improvement is staggering. Now, he came, he's a big body, but he understands the game. He speaks perfect English. according to their coaching staff. He's got great hands, and then down inside, he's a major problem because if you rotate with wing people on his rolls, he just catches the ball like he just showed there and just shoots up over the top of them. So he's got a high IQ for the game. He runs hard, and what they're trying to do now is to get him to don't bring the ball down to your number, keep it up high, get the rebound, get the break going. All little finer things.
Green on the cut, Marjanovic with the foul. Greg Popovich was talking about just be thinking, Bill Walton, take that ball, hold it up high, drag it wide there, don't bring it down with the little guys can come get it. Try that strength to your game, the 7'3" Serbian Marjanovic.
You and I have been talking about their ball game here tonight because of our respect for what they do. Respect from the total management, but also their coaching staff. They teach all of the little intricacies of the game. And then you must accept them, or at the end of the year, you're a free agent going someplace. They will not tolerate you unless you come here, give them 100% on a daily basis, and understand you are part of a team. This is not about individual glory.
Under 6 minutes to play. Miller on the feed inside Marjanovic. He just right over those two guys is like, get out of the way.
Now, come on now. This 6'9" guy is fronting him. And you just throw the lob above and beyond, and he just takes it in. So you know he's going to be a force here, but let's face it. They have to sign him and re-sign him and keep him within the stable. Now, this is just what, see, he's being fronted. Well, you get that perfect pass over the top of the fronting, this guy's going to finish. There's a very nice touch.
Brad Stevenson will come in.
Mike, when you're that big, can you make foul shots? 76%. 76%. That is impressive for a guy his size.
Stevenson will get to 22 with this free throw. His playoff career best, 25. First 4 years in Indiana, had that breakout season a couple of years ago. Then signed a 3-year deal in Charlotte. Did not work out there. The move to LA. Didn't work out there. The move here now to Memphis as Memphis dealt Jeff Green. We've seen David West in this series. Stevenson and West were teammates in Indiana. They're staying in touch.
Nice move.
Simmons on the drive. 104-84. We mentioned Minnesota a moment ago. Scott Layden, the assistant GM here in San Antonio, is going to take over there. And the front office, which will be headed by President and Coach Tom Thibodeau. Minnesota's a team on the come. We know there's talent in Sacramento. That's why it's going to be an interesting offseason for Memphis, because there are teams in the West that are trying to build something here beyond the playoff teams. And where will Memphis be in its growth going forward? They have one major headline, and that is Mike Conley. Can they sign him? This roster's going to be very different because of all the injuries. Lance Stevenson as a team op, should be surprised if he's among those who return. A lot of cap space. They'll have the 17th overall pick of the draft. By making the playoffs, they did not have to surrender their pick. With Chris Wallace, the general manager, along with John Hollinger, vice president of basketball operations, is seated to his left. They're going to have to make it a priority to get Mike Conley, a good point guard in this league, signed. Chris was very clear on local radio this week as the rebound is secured by Simmons. Dio right inside Marjanovic is being held, and Vince Carter is just trying to hit him somehow. It's like, I don't think that hard to stop you from shooting. And he's called for the foul. He said, Chris Wallace on the radio, we're good at re-signing our free agents. We've done it with Gasol, we've done it with other players in the past, and we're going to have to do that, and we will sign Mike Conley. It's a pretty bold statement, and we'll see how that plays out in this offseason.
Well, I hope it happens. He's a very nice young man, and he's what this community needs. He's excellent outside of the gym, within the community. He's outstanding. And then also the fact you still have two of the best at the center and power forward positions, and it'll be interesting to see how you can surround them now and then come with a second unit maybe with a different pace. But you brought it up earlier, Mike. They need better perimeter shooters. There's no doubt about it.
Mike Conley was honored before the game, by the way, winning the NBA's Joe Dumars Sportsmanship Award. His Barnes steps on the sideline. He's out of bounds. Every division in the NBA, all 6 divisions have a player nominated, and then somebody gets the league-wide Sportsmanship Award named in Joe D's honor. And there's the trophy given to Mike Conley this year, the second time that he has been given that honor. It's a very nice award to have, to win it multiple times as well. We should mention Lou Stoll, Pau Gasol, Damian Lillard, Sean Livingston, and Kyle Korver. Those were the winners in each division of the NBA, along with Conley, who won the overall league award.
Well, you look down the line back in the day, Grant Hill won it 3 times, and then Jason Kidd twice, which is, he's traveling in nice company.
The 3 ball makes it 110 to 86. Stevenson rimmed that out. Marjanovic, who already has 7 points in his 4 minutes of action, secures that ball. This is a really good basketball community in town, as you experienced. I'd lay the foundation here, Hugh, with this Memphis team was a 50-win team. Boy, they brought it in Game 3, this crowd. The team cleaned out twice on the road, 32 and 26 points. There was a little hope that they would win this series, but yellow towels were waving. This is the one pro sports team in town at the top league level. And they gave it a great one. Of course, they have minor league baseball, a terrific minor league ballpark right downtown over the Memphis Redbirds. James Harden, the beard is ready to go. A few minutes away from tip of the start of ESPN if we're not done here. Rockets Warriors.
Start the car.
Utah, it starts. Remote start on the 2017 Hyundai Elantra. Not just new, better.
Did he just start that car? I just wanted to hug him. I was gonna eat him.
Thought you were vegan.
That's my cheat day, so I'll just eat around it.
I guarantee I won't give you a random bag of food that came out of a microwave. I guarantee to give you an actual meal with all the fixings. After you guarantee to give me $5, of course. I'm on the business here. Colonel quality guaranteed.
Freaking wind.
Yeah, you tell that wind. May it never again dare to blow in your presence. So you may finally admit it's time to get fit for the right clubs at Golfsmith.
This is the decisive second. This is where a new adventure begins. This is the moment. This is your time.
Tissot, official timekeeper of the NBA.
No need to hurry. Take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. No need to hurry. No skipping, no
The Corona can always finds its beach.
I guarantee I won't give you a random bag of food that came out of a microwave. I guarantee to give you an actual meal with all the fixings. After you guarantee to give me $5, of course. I'm on the business here. Colonel quality guaranteed.
Well, this day 9 of these 2016 NBA playoffs, the Blazers back in their series. They'll have Game 4 tomorrow night. The Thunder, with Kevin Durant, the 19 points, also getting ejected in that game. That got a little dicey at the end. We'll watch Game 4 of that series tomorrow night. And coming up next here on ABC, tipping on ESPN in 2 minutes or so, Steph Curry and the Warriors try to go 3-1. The Rockets will try to even the series, and Curry back in action after the injury in Game 1.
Well, for Houston, the big question is, can you keep them under 100 back-to-back games? Because if you do that, you have a chance. Once you get getting them over 100, you're in trouble. That means now you not have to handle the transition game, but you have to handle the three-point game, where they are masters at getting anywhere from 10 to 15 threes in any game.
You get your right to Mike Breen, Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, and Alicia Salters in Houston coming up momentarily. Marjanovic back at the line. Kawhi Leonard will play the most minutes here for the Spurs again. He'll play 28 minutes. They'll keep everyone under 28 minutes. They had nobody play 30 minutes in Game 1. Same in Game 2. In Game 3, Leonard and Aldridge were over 30. That's it. So if you were blueprinting what's an ideal first round for the Spurs, this was it. No heavy minutes on anybody. Nobody got taxed. 250, they'll be able to say everybody got out of it somewhat healthy. As Anderson scores in the lob from Stevenson. And they will get, as we said, at least a week to get rested. The first game of the second round for them would not start until next weekend at the earliest.
Now, the player with the ball there in the corner, Andre Miller. Andre Miller is one of my all-time favorites. He came into this league. He's helped every team that he's been on. And once he calls it quits, he's 9th in the history of this league in assists. And you can see he's 40 years of age. Well, why did they bring him here? Well, they're protecting themselves. They know that Andre can run a team offensively, defensively, anything to Mills or to Parker. They have a perfect backup.
Anderson hustling with Simmons. And we foul call on Simmons.
You know, you and I talk all the time about the guys that before us have put up these incredible numbers, and we always say, well, who's 6th in the league in scoring in the history of this league? And you know you stump everyone. Dirk Nowitzki. And it's such an incredible tribute. Now, if we said, name me the guy that's 9th in the history of this league in assists, you would never think of Andre Miller, but that's the kind of career he's had. He's been on a lot of good teams. He's made incredible contributions. You know, it's just terrific.
This is a 65th playoff game he's played. Hasn't been with teams that have made many deep playoff runs, but he's been with Clippers, and Denver, Minnesota, Sacramento, Philly, Portland, a couple times in Denver, Washington. I think I missed somebody along the way there, but he's been around the league and just part of that culture here. San Antonio, the league is 25 now.
I tell you, Mike, this Simmons at 6'6", you know, 6'7", long arms. He's really athletic here. There's a place here for him. No doubt about it.
And Stevenson to 26 points. Lance Stevenson will leave here tonight, and he's piled up a career playoff best in terms of points, 26. These fans, as I mentioned before, this is a really great basketball area. Going back to the high school days, Anderson gets the block there. Team still giving it to them on the floor. Fans still applauding them. Tubby Smith's going to take over as the coach at the University of Memphis. He replaced Josh Pastner, who went to Georgia Tech. This continues to be a good basketball area. This franchise moved here from Vancouver after 6 seasons in Canada. The 9th playoff appearance here in Memphis. They'll be knocked out by the Spurs for the 3rd time.
Mike, this is an area, outstanding high school coaching and outstanding high school talent. You go back over the history of high school basketball and the players that go out of this area into Division I. Then you look at the success of the colleges in this area. Outstanding. And now, once they turn the corner here, the people have now moved up to this other level, so now you have the total package, and they just love the game. Basketball is their game, no doubt about it.
Vince Carter hits the 3. Vince did say he's coming back for one more season. He's still in the media this last few weeks. Nice round of applause from the fans, even though their team is going to get swept and lose as West hits 14 of their last 15 games. There's appreciation because the effort was not mailed in by this group.
Terrific.
Well, the Spurs will be the first to the second round in dominant fashion with 3 games by 20 or more. San Antonio sweeps Memphis, and the Spurs will be in the Final 8 of the NBA playoffs again. Dave Yeager knew how short-handed his bench was, and Greg Popovich, another coach, which is an admiration for the effort that they gave in games 3 and 4, even though the board says 20-1. And Memphis didn't dog it here at any point in this game. Outscored 37-21 in the third quarter. Really told the tale. And now we'll see if they can re-sign Conley. They have Gasol under contract. Zach Randolph still for another year. And Tim Duncan will get a day off for his 40th birthday as he turns 40 tomorrow. He and the Spurs await either the Thunder or the Mavericks. And a very nice round of applause for the Grizzlies as they leave. Here's Heather with LaMarcus Aldridge.
All right, Mike, thanks so much, LaMarcus, with a double-double in your first season with the Spurs, your first playoff series win with the Spurs. But you guys came in with a built-in excuse, just 37 hours after the last game, 3-0 series sweep. How did you guys come in and take care of business? What was the mindset like?
Just take it, one quarter at a time, compete, just try to be physical out there. I thought it worked out for us tonight.
And I know that a series sweep was a big point of emphasis for Coach Popovich. The reward, you get nearly a week off to rest and prepare. What is this team working on for OKC or Dallas?
Papa always has something to work on. Taylor's 100 years old, so guys like that, they always need the rest.
This is what you came to San Antonio for, playoff opportunity. Is it everything you hoped it would be so far?
It is. It's fun. This team is so talented. Our bench is really good. I'm just enjoying it right now.
Congrats on the win. Thanks. Mike?
He fits right in. He's dead payoff and fingers. Tim's 100 years old. It's classic. Thank you, Heather. Thanks for...
It's everything now is should a guy be suspended or not. Let's keep our best players in the game.
There have been a number of physical plays last couple of days of these playoffs. Some flagrant fouls, a couple of ejections. Not in this series yet, although it has been a physical series. Harden steps back. Green got a piece of the ball and apparently a piece of his arm. And Harden's going to get to the free throw line. So Harden, who did not shoot a single free throw in game 1, but is more than made up for it. Always go on those runs that happen all of a sudden. And they lead by 5.
Unselfish team basketball. Dribble penetration. Harrison Barnes turns down a good shot for a great one. Little pool, 3-ball, corner pocket.
What you say? You tell me, baby, please don't go away. But when I play, I never stay. So every girl that I meet, yeah, this is what I say. Run away, baby. Before I put my spell on you, you better get away, darling. 'Cause everything you heard is true. You're falling apart, we'll end up alone. 'Cause for a long time, my road is long. So you better run away, baby. Yeah. Well, let me think. What should I do? So many eager young bunnies that I'd like to pursue. Now even though they're eating out the palm of my hand, there's only one carrot and they all gotta share it. I love you so, hey, that's what you say. You tell me, baby, please don't go away. But when I play, I never stay. So every girl that I meet, yeah, this is what I say. Run away, baby. Before I put my spell on you, you better get away, darling. 'Cause everything you heard is true. You're falling apart, we'll end up alone. 'Cause for a long time, my road is long. So you better run away, baby. See, I ain't tryna hurt you, baby. No, I just wanna work you, baby.
Bud Light and the Rockets would like you to make this quarter your first quarter. 4 lucky fans are being treated to their first quarter with complimentary Bud Light beers. Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens.
Run away, baby, before I put my spell on you. You better get away, darling. 'Cause everything you heard is true. You're falling apart, we'll end up alone. 'Cause for a long time, my road is long. So you better run away, baby.
Curry back on the floor. He's missed his first 3 threes. As his team, though, leads by 5. We welcome you here to Game 4 at the Toyota Center. Mark Jackson and Mike Green and our Emmy-nominated partner, Jeff Van Gundy. Honored to be here with you, sir. Anything you'd like to say?
I'm just lucky I'm carrying this motley crew.
He's our Steph Curry.
How about Zach Zarba was in the picture and you could see the welt?
Absolutely. How many guys now, Steph Curry is their hero? How many coaches or players wanted to actually slug a referee?
A turnover there for Houston.
He'll be in the concussion protocol right after the game. Seriously. How's the shot he took?
Rockets have been averaging just under 20 turnovers a game, and that could just be disaster against many teams, but especially Golden State. Shot clock at 5. Beautiful backdoor pass, but Motiejunas stays with Curry. Contests the shot. Good defense for Motiejunas. Ariza. Beverly. Howard on the mismatch. Looks to power in and gets it a ball.
But look at the depth he got right there. Mike, that's the biggest difference versus the stationary walk it down and try to throw it in where you catch it at 15 feet.
You know, we see that every night in the NBA, like the other night with Andre Drummond. He got it down low as the foul's called against Houston. A world of difference for the center.
The players don't understand that every step matters, but in post play it really does. Look how deep he is there off one dribble. Great entry pass, but great seal by Dwight Howard to fight for every inch that's important.
And good things happen when he does that. The first possession of the game gets a foul on Bogut because he tries to duck in on the block. That time gets a quality layup.
That last foul was on James Hard. Andre Iguodala's come in. Green, nice spin move, comes up short. Motiejunas grabs it. Here's Hard. Kicks it out of Ariza. Open look, Trevor Ariza. Won't fall and Bogut the rebound.
They probably had 4 wide open threes that they just haven't been able to put down.
They're 0 for 5. And again, J.B. Bickerstaff said he felt that in Game 3. As Thompson's three-pointer gets a nice friendly bounce. He's got 3 threes. Again, 0 for 7 the other night. That rarely happens that he fails to hit a 3.
To be successful against his Warrior team, you got to stay connected to Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. Those are open layups from the three-point line.
Beverly tied up. Motiejunas with 5 to shoot. Has the height advantage there. Uses his offhand as Bogut grabs the rebound. Here's Curry. Curry the fake. Oh, nice adjustment. And Draymond Green, the beneficiary, with a dunk. Curry a couple of assists. The lead is up to 8. Motiejunas throws it down with the offhand again. They love him here in Houston, but again, he just hasn't been healthy all year. At 14 points in Game 3 and 13 rebounds as a whistle and a foul is called. Beverly picks up his second foul, and Beverly's going to have to sit down as he argues with Derek Stafford.
Just the right decision here. It's a good job getting rid of the basketball. Catches it, puts it on the floor, attacks. Big time finish over the contested hand of Bogut. Grown man move.
25-year-old from Lithuania. Getting his first rest. Nice pass! Thompson to Bogut. Jason Terry and Michael Beasley have come on for Houston. A quick 8-point lead for Golden State. Terry on a crossover, gets inside, beats Curry easily off the dribble, and Jason Terry with his first bucket. Draymond Green very critical of his performance in Game 3. Had 7 turnovers in that game. He wants it. He's got Terry on. Green throws it up. Throws it behind Bogut. Terry releases down the other end. Instant offense off the bench for the veteran Terry. Houston shooting 57% from the field, yet they trail by 4. Curry kicks it out. Iguodala, corner 3 misses. Bogut right there on the tip-in. His second field goal.
And that's the difference to me between Dwight Howard today and Dwight Howard 5 years ago. Those were snatched up on misses.
Bogut grabs his 6th rebound. And sometimes you can see in the way he moves with all the various back and knee problems, he's just not the same player physically.
Not getting up off the floor as quickly as he once did.
Iguodala, nice take on Beasley. And Beasley went for it, committed the foul. We'll have some free throws. Just under 3 remaining in the first. Dwight Howard and Rockets down 6.
NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by the 2016 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. Make your drive a sport. And DirecTV. Don't just watch TV. DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
I like to move it, get out there on the dance floor. We'll party, party all night long. DJ turn it loud and watch me turn it up. DJ turn it loud and watch me turn it up. DJ turn it loud and watch me turn it up. Don't worry about it, we here to party. I'ma hit the dance floor, dancing till I can't no more. I said I like to dance, and she said I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Let's go. I like to move it, move it. Let's go. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it? I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it? I like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it? I like to.
We're the world's worst detectives.
Got a cool head, though. I made your head really small because I know you're sensitive about how big it is. Before we go solving the crime of the century, let's deal with the rotting corpse.
The Nice Guys. Rated R.
The end of Game 3 of this series had its share of controversy. James Harden, this is the game winner. The NBA announcing it should have been an offensive foul, but this created just as much controversy. The reaction of some of the Rockets who barely got fired up for that game winner kept him in this series, who's talked about quite a bit last couple of days. Some of the Rockets saying, hey, we didn't settle or we didn't get fired up because we knew Golden State, there was still time, and they've hit so many circles.
Too strong. Jason Terry the rebound. Terry looking, knocked out of his hands by Clark, and then a foul on Terry. Terry felt he was fouled earlier. Instead, he picks up his first. Now, this series will continue back in Oakland. Game 5 will be Wednesday. TNT will have that one. And if the Rockets can get a win today, a Game 6 would be Friday, right back here at the Toyota Center, and a Game 7, if necessary, back in Oakland next Sunday.
Interestingly, you take a look at Steve Kerr early on in this ball game. Ian Clark and James Michael McAdoo, two guys. Not normally the first two guys are one of the first two off the bench. You normally used looking at Sean Livingston or Festus Ezeli. These two guys, one thing you can trust, their energy level and the way they compete.
Any speculation as to why they're getting the early call?
I don't have a clue. I think Steve Kerr shouldn't be questioned as a coach. So I'm sure there's a method to his madness.
Well, the likes of Sean Livingston and Mo Spates playing very well past couple of games. Terry throws it behind Capella, and that's already 6 turnovers for Houston.
They're not forced. These are just bad plays. Give yourself a chance if you're the Rockets.
Well, one of the things J.B. Bickerstaff was saying is that he felt his team made all the scrap plays, as he liked to call them. It was different from the first couple of games. Iguodala sets for a three-pointer and nails it. That's now 5 3-pointers here in the first period for Golden State. They're 5 for 11. And Iguodala called for the foul. They're going to say it's not in the act of shooting. Steve Kerr felt it shouldn't have been a foul. J.B. Bickerstaff felt it should have been a foul in the act of shooting. So nobody's happy right now.
And to me, that's a foul, and it is an act of shooting. So his right hand on the arm of James Harden certainly was contact.
It was definitely in the act of shooting. Capella to Beasley, and Beasley gets it to go.
That's good offense. James Harden getting the ball out of the double team on time, and then a nice pass, Capella to Beasley, big to big.
McAdoo just playing in his second playoff game, blocked by Capella. Harden picks it up. Harden with Iguodala on him. Hard screen set on Iguodala. Beasley again gets in the paint, again able to finish.
The advantage of having another scorer on the floor. Beasley is a guy that's proven to put the basketball in the hoop.
Thompson goes right at Beasley, hesitates, and comes up way short. Final minute, first quarter. Harden gets past Iguodala, gets to the rim, draws yet another foul. Steve Kerr very upset. Once again, did not feel it was a foul call. And Rocket fans, some of them giving a standing ovation.
Coach, I'm sure you agree, the pressure that James Harden puts on your defense, pushing the basketball. This isn't a half-court set. This is just a great offensive player making a play in transition.
And I think that's a foul.
McAdoo called for the foul. He had 26 free throws combined in games 2 and 3.
Whether it's on McAdoo or Green, Green's in the restricted area. Take your pick.
Close to getting there on time, but perhaps not close enough.
Mike, when you see, even if you're there, when you see body to shoulder contact, the offense is always going to get the benefit of the doubt.
It shouldn't always be that way, but I agree with you. Most of the time that happens.
The Rockets sent McAdoo to the line, intentionally fouling.
So McAdoo will go to the line. The second-year player out of North Carolina, and has hardly played in these playoffs so far. He's only played 8 minutes in one of the games. During the regular season, he played in 41 games, including 1 start. From the free throw line, he was just 53%.
And it's done at this moment to try to get a 2-for-1 situation offensively.
Misses the free throw. His first free throw attempt of these playoffs. Motiejunas picking up his first. McAdoo played his college ball at North Carolina. Steve Kerr very high on the young man. Obviously just doesn't have a lot of opportunity to play with their roster. But he misses a pair.
If I'm the Rockets, I'm sending them to the line again after this possession.
Beasley for 3. And it's back to 1. 9 straight points now for the Houston Rockets. There's a little over a second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Ariza on Thompson. He did an excellent job in game 3 on him. Iguodala to Clark. And Clark with a nice play off the beautiful feed. Final seconds of the first. Terry to Harden. Harden at the buzzer. Oh, he knocks it down! James Harden ties the game on a buzzer beater here to end the first. Used every 10th of a second. Clearly gets it off in time. As Harden hits his first three-pointer. It was well defended.
He was fouled.
A 12-2 run to finish for Houston. As this presentation of the NBA playoffs will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Today's coach's interview brought to you by SeaWorld. Moments ago, Lisa with Steve Kerr.
Thank you, Mike. Steve, the Rockets went on a bit of a run that closed that quarter, a 12-2 run. What was not working for you guys at the end of the quarter?
They just made shots. They closed the quarter well, but I'm very pleased with the way the quarter went overall. If we keep playing like this, we're going to be fine.
There were questions about how quickly Steph Curry was going to be able to get into rhythm after not having played for a week. How did he look that first quarter to you?
Well, he missed his first few shots, but he looked great physically, and that was the main thing. And he'll be fine. I know he's going to get into a rhythm.
All right, thank you. Mike.
All right, Lisa, Curry was 1 for 5. Missed the three-pointers, did have a couple of assists. Meanwhile, Steve Kerr puts in Sean Livingston and Maurice Spates. A different rotation to start the first quarter with McAdoo and Clark out there before Spates and Livingston, who both played so well in Game 3. Beasley has it knocked away, but fouled. And he'll shoot free throws as Harrison Barnes commits the foul. And again, you look with these three have done obviously more scoring opportunities with Steph Curry out for basically 2.5 games. And Spates was wonderful the other night. At a playoff career high 22 points. Beasley hits the free throw.
Rockets getting great minutes right now from Michael Beasley on the offensive end and running some offense through him on that last possession.
He's got 8 points in 6 minutes. I say it all the time. He knows how to put the ball in the basket. And it's never been a problem for Beasley. 2-point Rockets lead after they trailed by 10. Iguodala, the foul line jumper. Harden will bring it up. By the way, Harden's buzzer beater from 3 was his first field goal. He has 3 assists though. Beasley on Barnes. Was it tipped? Yes, they say it. Didn't appear that way to us. Eric Stafford, they say it is off Barnes.
It did look like it was off of Beasley, but Stafford's not getting any help. Clearly looked like it was off Beasley.
Pass inside to Howard. Harden with his 4th assist.
Harden is playing great basketball tonight. Not overhandling, giving up good shots to get great shots. Nice find to Howard.
Houston is shooting 65% from the field. Iguodala tries again. Another 15-footer.
But those are shots that you live with if you're Houston because the pick and roll with Maurice Spates. You don't want to leave his body, and at the end of the day, you get good contest. Iguodala just made a couple jumpers.
Beasley with 2 Warriors on him. Really spin move. Beasley with 11 points.
And the success of Beasley allowed J.B. Bickerstaff to keep James Harden on the floor. You're not asking him to make every play.
Spates answers. He's become a 3-point threat. And Golden State back up by 1. More buckets off the bench right away. Harden finds room. Throws it up. Harden to Howard.
Smart play by Michael Beasley also. Being fronted by Harrison Barnes almost sets a 2-man screen on Iguodala, allowing Harden to get to the paint.
Beverly with a steal. And no, he missed it. But Corey Brewer right there. Timeout Golden State.
Nation, who wants a Rockets mini ball? Make some noise! It looks like Clutch has got a team autographed basketball. You want it? Make some noise!
offensive intensity. Comes up with the strip. That's quality offense off your defense. Great job by Brewer. Not giving up on the play with the putback. How about James Harden? The great screen by Beasley puts James Harden in position for the lob pass. And then you love what Beasley is doing on the offensive end. 3 guys on him, does not matter. He's a born scorer. Has taken over this game early, giving the Rockets a tremendous boost.
And they've come back from 10 down. Not only did the crowd react by jumping up, so did the Rockets bench reacted with a lot of enthusiasm.
Even though there was a lot of time left, and we know how serious they can be about not getting excited too early.
A 3-point lead. Again, the Rockets shooting 67% from the field and only leading by 3. Iguodala not that time. Howard the rebound.
And he's guarded right now by Patrick Beverley because Beverley has 2 fouls.
Harden throws it up, and Howard throws it down. James Harden now with 6 assists, and the Rockets lead by 5.
Coach talked about it. James Harden is making plays offensively. Underrated passing ability.
Iguodala to Livingston. Blocked by Howard. Ahead of the pack is Brewer. Missed another layup. First Beverly, then Brewer with point-blank range layups. Spates tried to chip it, but right to Howard. Rockets though playing with an energy and a spirit at both ends as Harden can't hit that one. Ball tipped right to Howard. 12 points, 8 rebounds for Howard. A 17-point turnaround after trailing by 10 up 7 as Brewer fouls Curry.
And Harden has not come out. And a great move by J.B. Bickerstaff. It was 24-17. It looked like it was getting away from him. He's played his main guy throughout, inserted Beasley, and they have been rolling ever since.
Beasley a big part of that. Instant offense off the bench.
And Andrew Bogut inserted back in the game. Had a little minor problem there that was being worked on, but you couldn't keep him out of this game.
Curry for 3. Curry now 0 for 4 from downtown, 1 for 6 overall. This is what Steve Kerr talked about. He wasn't worried about his foot or his ankle. He's worried about him just getting back into rhythm. Brewer. Howard pushed off to get that rebound. And that's going to be his first personal.
And the right call made as Howard pushed Bogut in the back. But you look and you say, how could the Rockets be shooting so well from the field? 14 of their 18 field goals are in the paint. That's quality offense. They're not settling.
NBAtickets.com, the official source for all NBA playoff tickets. Start your search now at NBAtickets.com, where tickets are always authentic and always available. Livingston, Bogut, Barnes, Green, and Curry. Nice pass from Curry, and Bogut with an easy 2.
Beautiful pass by Curry. Earlier rotation by the Rockets needed on that trap.
Well, Curry and Harden, the 2 top scorers in the NBA this season, are doing it with a pass here in this first half. Howard with a couple of dribbles there. Beasley misses that one. Livingston shuffles off to Curry. Curry with a bit of a push off on Brewer. Curry for 3. There's the first one of the night from downtown for Curry.
Good job by Curry getting rid of the basketball. Rockets fall asleep and Draymond Green gives it right back to him.
Green has 4 assists. Barnes on Harden. He scoots past him. And is it going to be an offensive foul? Yes. The Rockets saying he was in the restricted area. Zach Zarba going to talk to Kane Fitzgerald and see if they change the call. He is outside the restricted area.
And they changed the call.
That's an offensive foul.
And he was clearly outside unless they felt that Bogut was moving.
No, they called it as a restricted.
Yeah.
Because Kane Fitzgerald had the block had the offensive foul. Zach Zarba came in and said he was in the restricted.
This will be the 5th and 6th free throw attempts already for James Harden.
He's clearly out, but in my opinion, he's still moving. He's clearly out of the restricted area.
Yeah, I think he's moving a little bit on that as well.
You don't have to be stationary.
Right.
You have to be in legal guarding position.
You sound like a referee. Did you ever think about being a ref?
Like I've said to you guys, I believe I could come in now and be a top 30 ref.
Oh my goodness.
And Mark thinks he could hit major league pitching, so we're both delusional.
No. You're delusional. I didn't say bat 300 as another fine feed and finish by Livingston. I said make contact.
Curry, just a beautiful move, and his 5th assist. He's got 5 assists. Harden has 6 assists. These big-time scorers distributing beautifully. Beasley misses that. Howard hammered. And he'll shoot free throws. Howard already with a double-double, 12 points and 10 boards.
And really no set plays. He's gotten them off lobs, he's gotten deep duck-ins, and he's gotten second shots. That's just great work by Dwight Howard.
I was talking to somebody before the game, and they were throwing away names as just regular big men, with all due respect in this league, trying to compare them to Dwight Howard. We can forget how good this guy has been and how good he can be.
And really, even if you look at it this year, there's a lot of centers in our league who would die to put up the numbers that he put up this year. Is he what he once was in Orlando? Absolutely not. Is he still really good? Yes, he is.
Well, this year he was 2nd in field goal percentage, 3rd in rebounding still, in what many consider to be an off year for him. By the way, that last foul was on Barnes, so Barnes has 2. The free throw shooting has still been a problem for him.
But you better believe you game plan against him. You're figuring out how to keep him away from the rim and off those boards.
And a loose ball foul call against Golden State. And Warriors, I believe that's the 15th foul. So Green picks up his 2nd, and my mistake, it's just the 14th foul. Howard from the free throw line, and now in this series is 7 for 23. And Livingston fouls Howard to send him right back to the free throw line. Well, tonight on ESPN, Sunday Night Baseball from here in Houston. David Ortiz and the Red Sox visit Carlos Correa and the Astros at Minute Maid Park. First pitch shortly after 8 Eastern on ESPN. Saw our man Dan Schulman earlier today at the hotel, getting ready for tonight's telecast.
You guys were there yesterday.
What a beautiful park.
It's a beautiful park. And they had it open yesterday too, did they not?
Yes.
Beautiful place.
I had perfect timing. I walked in and witnessed the Grand Slam as soon as I walked in. Beautiful park.
And a double foul has been called.
Double violation, I think.
Or is it violation? Yep, double violation. You're right, Jeff. Beverly and Curry. 2 yapping away at each other. And they have to wait until the release.
They're very selective in how we enforce that rule right there.
It's a win for the Rockets. They miss a free throw and win a jump ball and get the basketball back.
I think the reason probably called it there because just to kind of stop these guys from going at each other a little bit. Harden wants the ball. Thompson guarding him. Trevor Ariza with a hand in his face. Almost went down as Bogut commits his 3rd foul. And Ariza will get 3 free throws. Well, Steve Kerr said after game 3, my team doesn't need to play harder, they need to play smarter. And that was not smart.
And this is a team that we've come accustomed to watching play smart basketball. They've made some mistakes in this first half. This is a jump shooter. No need to foul a jump shooter in that situation. A bad foul sending Ariza to the line.
Ariza, who is shooting 23% from three-point range here in these playoffs, and just 28% overall, I'm going to get 3 free throws.
But again, let's not overlook the screen of Dwight Howard. That's what freed him up, which made Bogut lunge on his contest and ultimately foul the shooter. You see it here. as they re-screen. Good hard screen. And then Bogut lunging at Ariza fouls him.
Ariza during the regular season averaged just under 13 a game. It's 2 of 3, and the lead up to 5.
And it really, if that had not gone in, there was another lane violation. When they're standing right next to each other on the perimeter, it's very hard not to violate.
Curry to Green, stripped and stolen by Harden. Harden throws it ahead, Motiejunas. That was going to be a tough catch, and he threw it a little bit behind him as they turn it over now for the 7th time.
And those are plays where you're trying to do too much. If you're James Harden, keep your dribble alive and allow the defense to tell you what to do.
Harden has only 3 field goal attempts. Now, granted, he's been fouled on a few of his shots. And you don't get credited with a field goal attempt when you get fouled. But he's done more damage with the pass. Curry with another bad pass, and this one leading to another layup as Harden throws it down.
A good job by the Rockets trapping Steph Curry off that pick and roll.
Timeout, Steve Kerr. Rockets up 7 again.
So you don't give him a steady diet, but every now and then you want to jump. You want to blitz Steph Curry. Great job with active high hands, forcing him to the turnover. James Harden all by himself. Take your time, James. Take your time.
Honey, please, speak me tight. Don't you want your baby to be alright? Be alright.
Another great game stage from Kawhi Leonard as we look at our Domino's playoff tracker. So San Antonio advances. Oklahoma City 1 game away. That game 4 in Portland's going to be huge. As the Trailblazers had a terrific win last night on their home floor. And there was another foul here as they're about to put the ball in play.
It's a hack at Ezeli. You can do it before the ball's inbound. It's the same thing. I just don't think I would ever foul without somebody I want. I'd put somebody else in if I know I'm going to foul, so nobody that's in my rotation has to take a foul.
Capella took the foul, only his first. And Festus Ezeli will go to the free throw line. Ezeli hasn't played a heck of a lot the last couple of games. In these playoffs, he's 2 for 6 from the free throw line. And during the regular season, just 53%, and that one was perfect.
But I'm surprised more teams playing the Warriors don't utilize it, particularly when Curry and Thompson are on a roll and either Bogut, Ezeli, McAdoo are in. Now, I know your offense may suffer a little bit, but I think it does two things. If Harden's going to play the whole game, he doesn't have to play as many possessions of defense all out because you're going on the foul. And two, when Curry is on such a roll, it puts the game into Bogut, Ezeli's hands at the free throw line.
If you're against, you wish that there's some changes with the rule. With me, we're watching teams have success in keeping dominant players, whether it be defensively or offensively, off the floor. So it gives them a chance. It's proven.
No, I think it should be used more as long as a rule, as it's a rule. I just don't think the rule should exist. It doesn't exist in the last 2 minutes of our game. It doesn't exist at any other level of basketball. You shouldn't be rewarded for committing an infraction like fouling.
Green is fouled on the missed free throw. By the way, the reason for that delay is the game clock. Something wrong with that, so they checked on that. Meanwhile, Draymond Green grabs that board. But they weren't in the penalty. It's only the 14th foul for the Rockets, so Golden State will take it out of bounds.
And not to harp on it, but you shouldn't be rewarded if you're a poor free throw shooter. The rule change would award a poor free throw shooter to still stay in the game.
No, it rewards the fans. They don't have to watch this garbage.
Curry throws a bad pass. Ezeli knocks it out of bounds, so they call an offensive foul. After Ariza released the pass, Curry stood his ground, and Ariza barreled into him, and an offensive foul on Ariza, his first.
I didn't like this call at first. To me, Mike, that's a college call, how they call the charge. NBA, to me.
Another charge down the other end, Draymond Green. That's 3 on Draymond Green. Green still hollering at Derek Stafford. He's got to be careful. Beverly goes